Hey everybody, welcome to Impossible Coin. I'm your host, Brian Cartwright. Joining me live from West Texas, holding it down, never horny, Rocky Hardy.
Hi, it's me. Also, I'm currently Gentleman Savage.
Okay, but are you still never horny?
That was mostly a joke. I am horny sometimes. I am a man.
Okay.
Like, that's just how that goes.
Okay, you've upgraded your horny status.
Sure.
Or downgraded, depending on perspective.
Depending on perspective, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we will upgrade you to Rocky Hard One.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
That's got some bad brain feel.
I believe that.
That's what I'm here to bring. That's my role. Definitely never horny. Tegan Somerset.
That is an accurate
right.
statement. That's 100% one accurate statement.
Yeah.
It's the most accurate statement you've said all morning.
You know, I'm here to bring the hard-hitting truths whether we want them or not.
I don't know that I like that you're calling the state of our horniness hard-hitting.
No, that's the state of the truths, Tegan, not the state of the horniness.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that also has Brett.
Yeah, no, the state of the truth is hard-hitting, not the state of the horniness.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Okay.
The state of the horniness is provocative and sumptuous.
Oh,
See,
no.
you brought this on yourself.
I disapprove. I hate myself now, thanks.
And totally provocative and totally sumptuous is our guest, Big Sach.
What up, Sach?
Hello, everybody.
True enough.
I forgot to get out the clicker, Rocky, and do the mathematical science, because I don't know at this point who's done more of these. Friend of the show, Joe Spiro, or friend of the show, Big Sach.
Still Joe Spiro. He's up by 2.
He's you already did the fucking math. You did the math.
Whoa. He's got the spreadsheets and everything, yo.
All right, did you actually do the math, or are you fucking with us?
I mean, I usually keep count, and I'm pretty good with numbers. I might be wrong, because, you know, I am a man, but I'm pretty sure Joe still has 2 more appearances than Sach does.
I'm sorry, that was funny.
What is a man but someone who is sometimes wrong and sometimes horny?
Oh, God. Oh,
That's
no.
Fair. Oh, Sach, did you watch that GCW show from Japan yesterday? Yeah, so GCW is Japan right now. They took over all the guys except for Nick Gage, because Nick Gage can't get into the country. He's not allowed in.
Well, he is a felon.
Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a felon.
Yeah, you know, you fucking rob a bank and go to prison for 7 years. They're not going to let you into Japan. Yeah.
Right.
They worked 2 shows already, including the GCW. GCW has now played Korakuen Hall. That's fantastic.
That's awesome. But wait a minute. I'm seeing here that
That's
Joey
correct.
Janela wrestled the great Sasuke.
2 Invisible Men. Yes. So
What?
Nice.
Joey Janela and the
Love
Invisible
the great Sasuke.
Man versus Sasuke and Invisible Stan.
How do you wrestle an invisible dude?
Can you spell Stan for me real quick?
Is that just acting?
STAN.
Ah, okay, never mind. That was a JoJo reference.
Yeah. In the
Not
ongoing
Stan,
lore for GCW, there is a invisible wrestler called Invisible Man. He was killed by his evil brother, Invisible Stan.
Oh my god!
And he was then resurrected by Destro. They then had it out in a match over WrestleMania weekend where it was Invisible Man versus Invisible Man.
What? That's just an empty ring.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
What the hell? Oh my god! No.
It was just like
Yeah, Bryce Rumsford.
It was like there was a ref, right?
There was a ref for an invisible.
Yeah, so there's like a ref. He's like running around, and the crowd is just going wild. You know what I mean? It was really fun.
Are you kidding?
I'm pretty sure there was like a balcony spot.
The point of that match was to showcase like how integral referees are. That like referees really put a match over and sell the emotional quality of it, and that a good referee really guides the audience experience. And this was honestly it was an opportunity to showcase good refereeing. And so they did this whole thing where like they gave Bryce Rumsberg special glasses so that way he could see the invisible men, so that way he could referee the match. And so it was a chance to have Bryce in the ring calling this like match between two invisible men. And it was just fantastic. And so they went to Japan and they did this like match that like people wanted to see anyway, where like, okay, here are these two guys people want to see wrestle each other, but we're going to take it to the next level and we're going to make it a tag match where each person's tag partner is an invisible man. Yeah.
Wrestling is like the final form of men's play pretend.
Oh, 100%. Also, the great Sasuke is amazing. I don't know how good of a politician he was, but he used to be a politician, and he would go into Parliament wearing his mask.
And so, like, and take everything...
Like that.
That's just Sasuke Uchiha in a luchador mask. That's all that is.
And
that's it.
And take all the fucking ultra-violence you expect from, like, Big Japan or Freedoms, you know, and... then be like, okay, what if you were like running Big Japan or Freedoms, and then you had fucking Schlack show up, and that's how that went, like full on fucking butcher knives in the ring and everything. It was just Jesus Christ.
Oof.
Got
it. Time. It was a time. The second one.
I mean, that sounds like a time for sure.
Yep. Strong recommend. Not for you, Tegan. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that you're like,
no.
We need wrestling kids and family for Tegan.
Like there are things that I strong recommend for Tegan. This is not one of them. Like I'm still actively trying to get you on Stardom. I'm trying to get you on the Stardom train, but
I'm on it. I just can't pay $8 extra to watch it live or whatever.
So. But yes,
oof.
You should gorge on the ultraviolet Sach. Yeah,
I'm gonna check that out. Ugh. Yeah, I'm going to.
So Sach, what the fuck is going on with you, man?
Yeah. So I've had like 2 weeks off, kind of, because my work over the summer ended and school starts on Monday. So I just kind of had like 2 weeks. Although I had tutor training this week, which was like. Other than that, I don't know. I've been playing a lot of Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem?
Emblem. Yeah. Did y'all indulge in the emblems of fire?
I mean to.
Okay.
I'm still only like 5 hours in, but I've enjoyed every minute that I've played, and I love, like, all of my friends have been memeing out, like, the whole thing online for me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm on board with this, and I probably, like, honestly, I probably picked the wrong team for my personality, but that's what I wanted to do anyway, so... I'm Team Blue Lion, but I probably, like, based on who I am as a human, I should have been Golden Deer, it seems like, because it seems like there are no brain cells in that class, and that's the class I belong with. Dimitri's just so dignified.
What about you, Rock?
I've played through Golden Deer, and I'm doing Blue Lions. I know Black Eagles because I've heard so much about it, but I haven't played it yet. It's going to be my last playthrough.
Yeah, I want to go do Blue Lions eventually.
It's Blue Lions.
It's Blue Lions.
Blue Lions.
Yeah, okay. For some reason, I was like, wait a minute, what? Yeah, I don't know. The second half of their story seems really interesting.
They definitely go through it,
really interesting. Yeah. I'm, like, almost halfway through my second playthrough now. Although I don't know, it feels a little bit weird the second time through. I mean, I'm just kind of breezing through it, you know. Also, I kind of rushed the end, I think, of the game because I was like, you know, I can play it again and do all this stuff, and I know blah blah blah. And it got really easy because I played it on normal. Yeah, so I played it on normal, and by the end, I mean, it was just too easy. I was like barely paying attention during any fight I was doing. I was just walking through it, you know, blah blah blah, fight here, fight there. It's over with, and I wasn't hardcore either, so I was like sacrificing people to do hard hits on heavy enemies and stuff. You know?
I feel like that's one of the things that's changed, like post Awakening. The scale of like difficulty has dropped off dramatically, and while it has done wonders for the series in terms of like accessibility and getting people to play it and engaging with these characters, the end game where you're like at the edge of your seat is just 100% gone. It's just not there anymore.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like the monastery stuff in the second half is almost like redundant, right? I mean, there's so much less you can do. I mean, by that point, I had B or A rank with all the people I wanted to. You're not recruiting new people in the second half. Spoiler, I guess. And you're just learning and doing small things here and there, you know, choir and all that stuff. But it's like, I don't know. I found the second half to be
lackluster.
I liked where the story went. Yeah, I liked where the story went. I think the Black Eagle. I mean, I think the Golden Deer is a little bit like they're a little cheery and chippy, you know, for what's going on around them.
They're optimists.
Well,
because it's like a really, yeah, they are though. I love Claude. I love Claude, and I really liked the ending.
But
what were you gonna say?
So like the game takes this very serious like turn in the second act, and the short version is that like the Blue Lions get the brunt of it, and it doesn't seem to affect the Golden Deer at all, really. Like, I mean, they canonically have some things that affect like their region, but it doesn't affect the characters that we work with. So for all intents and purposes, like the conflict that exists in the second half may not even like actually be happening to them. Like, it doesn't matter. No,
right.
That was it. Like,
and
Blue
so
Lions basically get
ahead,
all of like the negative consequences of the second act, and that's really meaningful. It's just Golden Deer definitely get to skip out on it. Just, I don't know. They have other goals, I guess. Sorry.
It's a little anticlimactic, because the end of the first half is such a big. It's not like, oh, you get so like how do I put this without spoiling it? It's like there is a twist at the end of the first half, and it's not that surprising, but the way they build to it is just really well done. And I wasn't expecting a twist or anything at the end of the second act, but it kind of just went.
The story kind of ended up on autopilot at that point, yeah.
Exactly. And then you know, you beat the big bad, and then there's like two more stuff to do, a couple more things to do after that, where you know, I don't know. I thought it was nice. It was a nice like sentiment as a storyline, but I think from the like the kind of bleakness and the kind of like the second half really reveals that like it was all like fucked from the beginning, you know what I mean? And it was never this piece that we expect to just stay in forever. It was always teetering on this edge. Like you said though, like you don't feel like you get much of that from the Golden Deer. Although I'm playing on hardcore for the second playthrough, and I just lost Petra, and I'm kind of sad, like, so I don't even know if I want to keep.
Honestly, like hard mode, like sometimes you lose characters. Did you lose Petra before you got like divine whatever it's called, the thing that allows you like reverse time?
No. So the thing is, like, I'm pretty so this is what happened in the second half of the game, because you have so many divine pulses. You have I had 12, 15 charges. So I would just make mistakes. I'm like, I messed up. Let me go back. Oh, that person, I shouldn't have moved them there. Let me go back. I had to kind of break that habit in hard mode. And and it's also hard. It's hard. I'm on hard and hardcore, so it's like double the difficulty. You know, you can't lose anyone. So I don't know. It's pretty stressful. But because the thing about it is like it's not like XCOM where it's like, because I really like XCOM a lot, and I get attached to characters that I lose. You know, I make like Solid Snake, and I would make like Naked Snake and Venom Snake, and I would make all my friends and all that stuff. And then you could have the mods that, or not even the mods, but I would do a lot of modding and stuff. You know, I would get really into the customization. And then it's different though in this game because the relationship you build with the characters is way more personal and intimate. It's not about like, oh, they're just cool in battle and I like the way they look. You know what I mean? It's a much different.
Yeah, you like connect with the characters and their stories and like etc.
Exactly. And so I think that makes it so much tougher for me to feel like I don't know, I'm gonna lose someone. But I really like the Black Eagles, yo. I was kind of like, I don't know, I was like, is it gonna be whatever? But I really like the Black Eagles. I love Hubert. He's awesome. I love his emo fringe. You know, early 2000s Gerard Way looking motherfucker.
Oh god. One thing I do want to say about the story is that for some reason this game shipped with a season pass. I don't know why. But one thing that I'm hoping for, which I have no way of proving may or may not happen, is that in some of the ways, since the stories do seem to end on some unsatisfying notes, that there may be like extra stories that get you something closer to like an SMT ending, where there is like a way to dance in between, like the interest between the three houses, and maybe there are certain characters that don't immediately seem important but later become important, like Bernadetta or Marianne, and I can't remember the person that's in Blue Lions that has a similar story, because like Marianne has like a crest literally will turn her into a beast at some point. And like while you explore that paralogue like that's confirmed for you, that's not really done in the story. Like that's not like Marianne turning into a beast isn't like a plot point, but I feel like it could be, and it might be in like the true resolution of the story. And like I hope that comes up at some point, presumably with the season pass, like with extra missions or something.
So like there's additional quests in the third part of the expansion pass, and then there's new story content in the last update. So like there is new story content coming. You're just not gonna get it until April.
But that's cool. Like I'm down to like finish this by say October, take 6 months off, and then come back in April. That sounds great.
Yeah, that actually sounds good. Yeah, it seems like one of those games like XCOM where I'll just randomly be like, I should play that, and then I end up playing it for like a month and a half, right? But I've also been playing UFC 3.
Really?
Why you ask? I don't know. It was on sale for like $5.99 on PS4, so I picked it up. I like video games where you can like punch people and stuff, and that's kind of why I got it. I don't watch MMA. I was watching some Pride FC fights. I was talking about this before we started recording. Pride FC was like a Japanese promotion from before. I mean, maybe they were around during the UFC, but a lot of people in the early UFC and some people who became like wrestlers in New Japan or in WWE fought there. But it's rough, dude. I don't know. It's a little bit too much. It's even more than like deathmatch wrestling, where it's like you see a guy get beat up and knocked down, and you would see like that happen nowadays, and I feel like they would stop the fight, but they just keep going and going and going and wailing on each other, and it kind of makes me a little. It
is a lot.
It's like too much, you know?
Yeah, the most fucked up I've ever seen a guy get in a death match had nothing to do with any of the deathmatch bullshit. He did a dive to outside the ring and totally
Jesus.
fucking concussed himself.
Ooh.
And so it had nothing to do with like the fucking fluorescent light bulbs or the knives or the gusset boards. It was a concussion. And so like hearing what you're saying about like MMA, I totally hear that complaint because it's just shoot fighting. You know, depending on like what kind of ref you've got, they can just totally let people continue to like murder each other. And it just, I'm not with it, man.
I mean, it can, like, I think
You
it
know.
can. Well, I don't know if you guys ever watched. There was an SB Nation documentary which was narrated by Felix from Chatbo Trap House, and it was. It's called "Fighting in the Age of Loneliness." It's an excellent documentary. It talks about the history of MMA from a more it's not really about fighting. It's more about like it's about fighting and the sport of fighting, and less about just like this was a cool fight and that was a cool fight. You know what I mean? It talks about the history all the way back from Japan and how it got to Brazil, and then different gyms in Brazil and the slums, and how there were fights and riots between them, and just interesting stuff like that. Just building that history and that the ideas behind it. It was cool, but regardless, like the games are like, I don't know, it's kind of fun. You just like press buttons and punch and kick people, and you can do cool moves like Superman punches and knock people out with it. I don't know. I played it for like a couple hours, just kind of putting on like podcasts or like videos on YouTube, and then it's on easy. Just play through the career
not bad.
mode.
It's $7,
just,
man.
You know, whatever. It's like, yeah, it's like mindless fun for me. You know, it reminds me of when I was a kid, because I used to play like a lot of just punching games. I don't even know how brawlers. I used to call them punching games. I don't know.
Sach, if you
Jesus.
like brawlers, I've got some religious literature I
Yeah?
can give you. Yeah. See, Rocky's like, oh no, you've woken the beast. Like not only do I really love brawlers, but I fell down a huge brawler rabbit hole last year.
Okay.
Where I was like, it's time to play all the brawlers. It's time to set up a Super Nintendo to play even more
God.
brawlers. Yeah. It's time to like play. It's time to play through Final Fight at least 3 times a week. Like just play through the entirety of Final Fight.
So I've heard of Final Fight. Like I know it's like a thing. It's Capcom, right? So yeah, like there are some Final Fight characters that have appeared in Street Fighter stuff, right? Like is Goose is from Final Fight?
Cody, Poison, Abigail.
Geese Howard, I think.
Oh, is it Geese? Geese Howard?
Where's Geese Howard from?
Geese is not a Final Fight.
King of Fighters. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, but he was also in.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fatal Fury. Oh,
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I was probably not. Well, maybe I was alive, but you know. I turned 24 this week.
A baby, a tiny baby.
It's
oh
also
my
the
goodness.
24th. 24/24.
Golden.
No, my golden birthday was my 21st birthday, but like one of the games I used to love as a kid, I will always wax poetic about this game. It's called Urban Reign. I don't know if any of you have ever played it or heard of it. I heard about it only because it came with it. There was a demo of it that came with Soul Calibur 2. So Soul Calibur 2 had 2 discs in the PS2 box, and it was, oh my God, I'm trying to remember what it's called. I still have the demo disc somewhere. It's like Namco. Is it Namco, right?
Yes, Namco.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like
Yes.
Namco something, Transmission or something, and it had a bunch of really short demos and stupid videos about like whatever Pac-Man 3D world jumping around stuff. But there was also this demo of this game called Urban Reign. It's like it had a multiplayer mode which was like a fighting mode where you would get in these kind of ring-shaped outdoor areas, and every character had a different martial arts fighting style. So there was the main character, Brad Hawk. He was all around, but there was all these different guys. Like there was this one guy, Park, I used to always play as because I was a edgy little kid, and he wore all black, and he had white hair, and it was long. So I was like, oh, he's cool. It was like a Sephiroth looking dude, not as long as Sephiroth, but yeah, that game is really fun. And the story mode was you walk through these areas and you fight different enemies and you go through different, I'm sure it was different I guess racial stereotypes of people fighting different fighting styles. You go to the Brazilian area and they're all fighting with capoeira, and then you go to the Yakuzas and they're using Japanese martial arts and stuff. I guess that's a little bit whatever, but that's how, video games are, right?
Wasn't that's it. Wasn't Urban Reign really late in the life cycle for
I
the
bet
PS2?
It was. I played the PS2 really because we had one Xbox and my brother usually kept it in his room. I played the PS2 till 2010. But not I played a lot of Xbox 360, but I still regularly played the PS. It's still hooked up to my TV because sometimes I'll just bust it out. I love my PS2.
Yeah, I feel like that was one of those PS2 games that was after the 360 came out, but before the PS3 launched. I'd have to check the science on that, but I think it was one of those hey guys, this game was in development for a while and we didn't have time to cancel it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. I'm pretty sure it didn't get really great reviews or anything, and I don't think it's really everyone's cup of tea. But I think that's why I like Yakuza and Judgment so much. You get to punch people.
Yeah.
You get to punch people.
Yeah, that was definitely a time when people still didn't know what to do with the idea of making a brawler in a 3D space. There was around that time there was a really shitty Final Fight game for PS2, Final Fight Streetwise, which same kind of idea. You're traveling the city and going down long corridor to facilitate loading after long corridor to facilitate loading, and then funneling into this choke point, which is generally some square or octagon shaped intersection where you then fight some boring dudes. I'm man, I would rather just play the colorful, vibrant Capcom brawlers of old. Give me Final Fight. Give me Knights of the Round. Give me Captain Commando. Give me something else, because this shit ain't cutting it. So,
I forgot to put it on my bullet points, but I was playing Marvel
how is that?
Ultimate Alliance 3. It's really fun. It's super fun. Once
are you
again,
doing couch co-op
game.
or are you doing it solo?
I'm playing it solo. I don't have people around all that often. My girlfriend plays mostly Mario Kart, so I got her a Switch Lite for her birthday though, so she can play Mario Kart.
Nice.
We can play online, so.
you say you got her Switch Lite for her birthday, or
No, I got her Switch Lite. Pre-ordered it for her because her birthday's in July. But yeah, it'll be here later. I took her out for dinner. It's fine.
September.
The gift is coming in October. What is it? September. But yeah, it's fine. But yeah, that game is really fun. I mean, Ultimate Alliance 2 was kind of a big letdown for me. Just in terms of there was way less heroes, there was way less. The synergy was there, but it felt way more tacked on. Ultimate Alliance 1 was one of my favorite games ever. I loved the selection of heroes, villains. I had the gold version, so there was like Magneto, Venom, and one of my favorite parts about the original Ultimate Alliances was like all the costumes. So this game doesn't have that. That's one thing Ultimate Alliance 1 had this great system where the different costumes would have different buffs and different bonuses, and you could put points into them, and so that gave you an incentive to having the different costumes. Now, when I was a kid, I used to just do the unlock everything cheat and unlock maximum powers.
Because you're a cheater. And you wanted to spoil the game for yourself.
Yeah, my dad used to get really mad at me, like when I used to print out sheets from the GameSpot or whatever, like with the cheat codes on them. My dad would see them and he'd be like, "Why do you need to cheat? Like, what is this? Like, what's the point of cheating?"
Your dad is now my friend. He understands.
Oh man, that's amazing.
What?
But Ultimate Alliance 3 is fun. I mean, it's got the synergy stuff, which is like all the different powers. Like Wolverine's RTX is like a slashing move, and you can tap it to keep going. So it has certain qualities, like it's a radial move and it's a brawling move. So radial moves can be combined with projectile moves. So like Spider-Man shooting his webs while Wolverine is doing that move. It bounces off. That's cool. And you get extra damage. But yeah, it's cool. It's a little repetitive, but I mean that's it's like a Diablo type thing, I think there's not a lot of, you're not like picking up stuff, but you're like putting in points, and there's like an Omega system, there's like gems that you're upgrading and all that type of stuff. It's fun. I got like 75% of the way through it before work and stuff kind of just caught up with me. And lastly, sorry
Dude,
to
we're
keep
doing a
bothering
podcast.
you
We're
guys
bothering
more,
everyone.
but I was.
How? I'm sorry. Can you dig into that for a second? Can you please tell us how
by
you think
talking?
your bothering us?
That's such a mood, though. That's such a mood. Oh my god. Sach, you're not bothering us. You're never bothering. We wouldn't if you were bothering us, we would not invite you.
Good lord.
Let's be real.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm smiling now.
buddy.
Thanks, guys. So I've been playing Remnant. You guys heard about this game?
Yes, I both want to play it and never want to play it.
Yeah, it's. Go ahead.
No. It's just like I'm a fan of those guys. Like I like those devs. But there's some shit I'm hearing about this thing, which makes me super cautious. So hopefully you can give me more details.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of the Dark Souls-esque style of video game. Sekiro is one of my favorite games this year. This game is not really like Sekiro at all, but just to give a little bit of background, So Remnant is cool. I mean, it starts out you like land ashore on this island apocalyptic thing. I kind of skip a lot of the cutscenes because I wanted to just play some Dark Souls-esque video game. There's a really deep story going on there about the apocalypse and how it was caused, and it's like these Darksiders type, of course from the Darksiders devs, it's an apocalyptic thing that's infected all the people and is now attacking everyone type of thing. But it's basically got like 3 classes. There's like a long range, a mid range, and a short range. And you have 2 guns. You got like a shotgun, or it's like they call it a long gun, and then you have a handgun. And so it is Dark Souls-esque in the sense that you die easily. You have the enemies respawn at checkpoints and all that. You have a stamina bar that goes down, but it's not like it goes down every time you shoot the gun, which would be bad. But there's ammo. It's cool though. The thing about it is that it's got these procedurally generated areas. So the main hub is the same for everyone as far as I understand, but once you go out in the world, everything in your world is procedurally generated. So even the bosses and the areas that you see, it could be completely different from somebody else. The dungeons, the bosses at the end of the dungeons, and what the objectives in those dungeons are procedurally generated. So that gives it a weird feel at times, because sometimes I don't know, so oftentimes you'll get to a new map, and it'll be pretty spread out. You know, you have a map in this game, which is one thing I should have mentioned. So you're able to see like exits. Well, when you get onto a new map, there's a fog of war on the map. You can't see anything. But once you see things, you can find the exits and the checkpoints once you arrive at them. But the exits are either a dungeon that is like the story dungeon that leads to the next area, or it's like a side dungeon where you can just gain, you get loot and stuff. So I find myself getting lost a little bit and going to the side dungeons, and then it doesn't really always make it clear when you're done with an area. I mean, maybe it was a bug that I had where I died, and there was like 3 kind of like boss type creatures. I destroyed one of them, then died, then destroyed the other 2, but it was still showing up on my map that it wasn't completed. Stuff like that. I think that was a bug, but I don't know. The shooting is really good though. If you guys like good shooting, there's very good shooting.
Nice.
Yeah. It's... Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, one of my favorite things in the Darksiders games is just absolutely how perfect the map design is. Like, you get into a dungeon in Darksiders, and there's this feeling of an unbelievable amount of care, and all of the puzzles in the dungeons are like some like really top tier Zelda ass like dungeon puzzles, and the way that like the whole world is laid out would not feel out of place if you swapped out one of the like 14-year-old try-hard metal protagonist from
Right.
Darksiders and replaced it with a little dude wearing a green cap going, hit, like, and I like the like 14-year-old try-hard metal feel of the Darksiders games. I like the puzzles. I like the map layout. And
Yeah, this is...
because those games really just feel like, what if dorky kids who grew up on Zelda became grown-ups without ever emotionally moving past middle school?
What if kids got really into Zelda but also Spawn?
Yep, that's it. You've got it. We proudly present to you Todd MacFarlane's The Legend of Zelda.
This is not that. This is Darksiders. You can see the blood of the lifeline flowing through. The environments are very realistic. Realistic is a weird way to put it, but it's very artful. I love the world, the way it's all designed, and I love the apocalyptic nature of it all. It goes places for sure. Like I went into the past, and I was fighting people with spears and stuff. And then I went into like a labyrinth and like teleported and stuff. It's like weird, like it's all over the place right now. And I really like the designs, but like you said, like it doesn't have that laid out perfect feel. That I played Darksiders 1, and then I get what you're saying for that. But I actually really enjoy it because it's a great kind of just sit down and play and just relax. I mean, maybe not relax. I mean, for me, Dark Souls and stuff like that is relaxing.
Well, no,
so
once you get the muscle memory,
maybe I'm
like
just
it
crazy,
is pretty
but
relaxing. It's just like playing piano.
yeah, exactly. It's like you just sit back, you relax, you get in the groove, and you're just going. When you're fighting bosses, it's a little bit different. Then I'm like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like I killed a dragon. That was tough. I like shotguns.
Ryan, I remember,
is
is also
so
a fan of
like,
shotguns.
I was also playing some Fallout 4.
Yep.
Love me a good double barrel,
Yep.
or like, you know. I was also playing a little bit of Fallout 4. Sorry to go again, but I played a little bit of Fallout 4, modded it up. It's a fun game, I guess. Not really.
That sounds like the
the
general experience with Fallout 4. Like, it's fun, I guess, and then because like you've put a lot of time into it, but like the experience itself isn't especially joyful.
Yeah, not really, and like I don't know. I'm not like I didn't really enjoy. I played a little bit of New Vegas, but when I re-downloaded Fallout 4, my Nexus mod manager like stopped working, so I was like, "Fuck! All right, I'll just play Fallout 4," because you can just load it up and the mods work anyway. Yeah. Man.
All right, so we got to talk about these fried chicken sandwiches. It's important. We're going to do it for the culture.
Is it important because you're into food?
Well, I am actually.
Is it important because it's lunchtime?
Also that.
Is it important because we covered the Wendy's
Tegan,
mixtape?
you're covering all good reasons for us to talk about this fried chicken sandwich. Or these fried chicken sandwiches.
I know, I'm just like reminding the audience that like there is a precedent for this, so like while yes, we are a video game podcast, like we talk about bullshit all the time.
Yeah, so guys, Popeyes put out a fried chicken sandwich. And the reason it's important is because it's good. It is a very good chicken sandwich. So much so that people who were diehard Chick-fil-A stands, people who'd say, yeah, I know that like Chick-fil-A hates gay people and that they're paying money to organizations that want to exterminate them off the earth, but this chicken is so good.
No, it's not. It's not. It really is not.
The thing is, these people,
What?
No, it's not. Chick-fil-A is garbage.
Oh god, that's a take. But these people who are diehard Chick-fil-A stands, in light of all the controversy that surrounds them, are one after another trying this Popeye sandwich. He's like, hey, you know what? I guess I don't have to support Chick-fil-A anymore. This Popeye sandwich is a thing, and is causing at least citywide emergencies. I know that like there are videos popping up on Twitter, people getting belligerent on video. And to be fair, Popeyes has a history of being belligerent. Like there's no way around that. But there are definitely, shortages of these chicken sandwiches all over the country, and people are trying to get them. A lot of it's for the meme, definitely, but it's also a legitimately good sandwich. Guys, what is your experience with this Popeyes chicken sandwich controversy?
I have not tried this Popeyes chicken sandwich, although I do hear amazing things about it. It looks amazing. I want it. I'm a big fan of chicken sandwiches. Some may call me a connoisseur of chicken sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's why I proudly acknowledge my standhood for
okay, so obviously
oval chicken
Sach's
sandwiches.
opinion in this case is invalid. Tegan, what is your experience with chicken sandwiches?
My closest Popeyes is a whopping 20 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time I had a chicken sandwich was in Japan.
Okay.
Where I ate a KFC chicken sandwich. But it was that thing where like the KFC was like KFC and then there was like something in the middle and then there was more KFC. There wasn't any bread.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking
you're
about?
talking about that heart attack sandwich that they try to kill us with?
Yeah, that was delicious. That was fucking great.
I thought she was talking about a combination Pizza Hut KFC, and then I realized she was talking about
yeah, I was talking about the sandwich, and also I was in a different country.
I forgot what the sandwich is called.
But like, that was good.
The double down.
That was delicious.
That's what it was. Because there's two sounds. It's the sandwich hitting your stomach and your body hitting the floor.
Sure. Well, I mean, like, I walked a lot more then, so it was good. I just ate it and then, like, left.
Yeah.
But it was really good. I like that one. I have also had
KFC in Japan?
The Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches, and they were not good. They're bad!
Those are so good.
They're bad! The breading is soggy, the, like, buns are lackluster, and the chicken's just okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's It's bad.
And yet,
it's not a good sandwich. No, it's a bad sandwich.
Tegan, I hate to ask this,
but
did you have the Chick-fil-A sandwich in Ohio?
Yes, I had the Chick-fil-A sandwich in Ohio.
Okay.
I had the Chick-fil-A sandwich because we were getting a dinner catered, and that was the option, and that was the only option.
That's no.
So it wasn't even like
you didn't walk into a Chick-fil-A and order a chicken sandwich. That's different.
Yeah,
I would never walk into it. I would never willingly walk into a Chick-fil-A and order a sandwich. It must be the only option for me to eat it.
It's
People
an
are
issue.
crazy about Chick-fil-A though, yo. Like at the Chick-fil-A by my school, in North Jersey, there's like a Chick-fil-A on Route 22, and sometimes I would go there for like dinner, and in the drive-through. But the drive-through, they have like a guy directing traffic because there's so many people coming in, and it's like a pretty major highway. You can come in from both sides of the highway. It's like one of those things that's in the middle of the highway.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I'm talking about? Yeah, so like you can go in from both sides. There's a guy directing traffic. People are like going around. You have to like make it. They're like go around, come around the other side, and then they just have people who come with iPads. They take your order, you pay, and you just go to the thing, and they give you your they just bring your food to you, and then like it's just people in a line waiting. It's like you don't really always go to the window.
Well, yeah, like
that
that's pretty standard for Chick-fil-A, especially in the
Really?
South. Like it's one of the reasons why they don't let them build them in New York, because like. It would as bad as New York traffic already is. It would be a lot worse if there was just a Chick-fil-A somewhere. Like the only Chick-fil-A in New York City is actually in the New York University dining hall outside of Washington Square. Like,
Because that way you have to walk to get to it.
And even then it's like
sense.
pre-delivered. They don't even like assemble them like in the kiosk or whatever.
Yeah, it's like one of the yeah.
Yeah,
It's like Chick-fil-A Go or whatever, you know.
So, like, there's a Popeyes a quarter mile from the Cartwright Ranch. And so, like, I'm coming home from work yesterday, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on in the parking lot where the Kohl's is? And I'm like, oh, this has
It's
nothing to
overflow
do
parking
with
from
Kohl's.
Popeyes.
And, like...
That might be the whitest thing you've ever said, Brian.
Oh, shit. Brian, tell your story. Come on. Let's get it.
All right.
I'm sorry.
And I see that the line for the drive-thru for the fucking Popeyes is a full-on snake. It is doubling back on itself. It is going up and down the rows of the parking lot. So, like there's places in the line where the line full-on doubles back on itself and does a full 180. And, like, people are no longer
because there's a
able
line
to
there
get
now.
their cars out of parking spaces from the Kohl's parking.
I guess I live at Kohl's now. Fuck.
Shut it down. Yeah, and I'm like, I sure hope that, like, whatever fucking asshole went in there for, like, a vase and shoes never wants to leave. And I was just stupefied because, like, I guarantee you that, like, here's what's going to happen with, like, 50% of those fucking chicken sandwiches during that, like, drive-through emergency. Is someone's going to get that chicken sandwich, and they before they take a bite, they're going to get their fucking phone out, they're going to photograph this goddamn fast food chicken sandwich, and they're going to be like, yay, I'm not supporting evil. And then they're going to photograph the chicken sandwich, and then, like, maybe eat it. And then some people are going to eat it and go like, wow, that sure is a fast food chicken sandwich. Sure, there are degrees of fast food chicken sandwiches, but at the end of the day, certainly you're just playing who's king of the assholes. I don't know. Like, I've been full on eating Popeyes chicken sandwiches for like 6 months because that's when they rolled out here, and like I was already on the Popeyes train. Like, ain't nothing like a 4-piece and a biscuit. And so, like, I've been on this chicken sandwich train for a while, but, like, when I started to, like, read these 240 character poems on the internet where people are like, it'll change your life. It's going to change your life. I'm like, really? Really? No, it ain't. So I don't know. Like I really feel like this whole situation was a case of the internet
does that.
full on getting up its own ass.
That tends to happen. Yeah.
You know, and if I'm gonna be in a situation where I need to get myself a chicken sandwich at high speed and I want it to be fucking delicious, then the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Tortoise Ahogadas George down the road.
What the fuck's a auto?
Ahogadas.
I'm gonna get myself.
What is that?
Yes. And I'm gonna get myself.
It's a fried chicken sandwich, but in Spanish.
And
chicken Milanese.
Orders a fried chicken Spanish.
And that's what I'm gonna fucking do.
God, I can't even today.
Because that is a good ass chicken sandwich.
Well, yeah, I don't doubt.
All right.
Because I want my fried chicken sandwich to on one of the buns have a fucking bean spread.
That sounds awful.
It's not bad, Teagues.
Huh?
Tegan, you haven't lived.
What?
You haven't lived. It's good stuff.
I'll have you know,
nice,
I had some cranberries this week, and they were also garbage.
Jesus Christ, we gotta talk about your diet.
Wait, so like you want me to accept I don't like cranberries as evidence for
no, just like
I have.
We already know I have bad taste in food. Like, why the fuck are you taking anything I say about this topic seriously? Is it orange? Was the chicken sandwich orange? I'm not eating it.
Well, like when you fry chicken sometimes, depending on how you season it, it'll come out orange.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
yeah,
you put a lot of
KFC's chicken is orange. I eat it.
Yeah.
Wait, though, what about the spicy chicken?
It's
what about
pretty
spicy
good.
Chicken sandwich from
Popeyes
Wendy's,
is
though?
still better, and Wendy's is actually better than Chick-fil-A. But I'm biased against Chick-fil-A for reasons that I've already discussed.
And as the internet fell apart on this whole chicken sandwich front, I did see that there was one person who did share Sach's
tragic,
sick taste for the oval chicken. Somebody who showed up to specifically be like, "Hey, man, give me that Burger King chicken oval."
As they should.
And they got flamed for it.
Just like,
which was the Dirty Daddy, Mr. Dick Strings, Chris Dickinson, whose Twitter feed is near as I can tell.
He's just trying to protect his check,
So I
man.
went to Burger King today, and this was just and I was like, so this whole chicken sandwich fucking debacle was just basically an excuse for you to be like, it's my time to shine. It's my time to shine. Time to talk about Burger King even more on my
like
feed.
the chicken fries at Burger King. Chicken fries. I like those. Those are good. They're all the joys of chicken nuggets, but like 1/3 of the amount of chicken in like the chicken strips. And like
they're like so big. It's like a chicken. It's just like the breading and like a hollow, like just a little amount of chicken on the outside. And for some reason, I love them.
Like it's the perfect amount of food for when you don't want to eat, but you want to feel like you're eating something. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
Yeah.
It's just the good parts. Now I want chicken fries. Fuck.
that is a future you can live.
Thanks for nothing.
Yes, Brian. Okay.
Tell me
so,
about
Death Stranding at Gamescom. Gamescom's been happening all week. And we'll do a real recap next week, but we gotta talk a little bit about Death Stranding, because the first bit of information we've had in about a year about Death Stranding. They showed a gameplay trailer, it's about 8 minutes long, where Norman Reedus wakes up after sleeping in the field, and he needs to relieve himself. And that's a gameplay mechanic. So he gets up and he takes a piss. Once after he informs us that he's out. A mushroom grows in the place in which he urinated. He then travels through the countryside, summons a ladder, climbs a hill, and delivers his cargo to Jeff Keighley, a.k.a. Hideo Kojima's BFF. And we don't really know a lot about what's going on with the game, but, that's not really different. But we have some new information. You can urinate in the field. There's a button that allows you to do it. You can even aim it if you really feel like it. And Hideo Kojima said in an interview that if enough people, because this is a connected video game somehow, if enough people urinate in a particular spot, quote, something good will happen. I'm not sure if he's referring specifically to the mushroom or to some other larger phenomenon, but that is what he said.
This is the ultimate version of the thing where you disable all the nukes.
Yeah, it is. Like, if they finally let him do it. Or, I guess no one let him do it. It's his company. He can do what he wants. Oh, man. Fucking Hideo.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm really glad that, what Kojima Unchained is.
I don't think this is the depths of Hideo Kojima. I'm thoroughly convinced that we have just been seeing what he's, like the tip of the iceberg. What he wants us to see.
Apparently, though, you also cannot see the tip of the iceberg. He did say that, if you tried to move the camera to see Norman Reedus' wiener while you're using the piss button, that, Norman Reedus' character.
You know what? Honestly, I'm 100% convinced that's in Norman Reedus' contract. So much so that when someone inevitably hacks this to try to see Norman Reedus' dick, because in multiple interviews, Hideo Kojima has not only said that Norman Reedus is not a character in this game, but he is literally in the game. The reason that they body scanned him and they copied all of his tattoos and every piece of his anatomy, so that model exists in the game. And they have Norman Reedus move because, presumably to protect their M rating or whatever it is, but also likely because, Norman Reedus demands it. And when someone hacks this and finds out what Norman Reedus' penis looks like, somebody's getting sued. It's going to fucking happen, and I cannot wait.
Penis gate.
The death strap.
There's already a porn parody in the works, and despite not knowing anything about how the game works, but who knows?
It's called Death Straddling.
Oh, fuck!
I thought it was Dong Stranding, but...
There you go.
Dong Straddling! Holy shit!
You're getting it.
Oh, man, we have the technology.
We literally don't have that technology. We cannot scan our own version of Norman Reedus.
There's been Dong Straddling technology for years.
Okay, maybe,
If you build it, he will come.
Oh, man.
Now all I can think of is that, that sperm bank in China where they made, machines to help collect the samples.
Jesus. Yeah.
What?
What, they
yeah,
do
very
with
much
cows?
cows.
Very much so, yeah.
I was thinking of the scene in Burn After Reading, where George Clooney's character is revealing this special gift he got for his wife, and it's under a rug, and you're just oh, what is it? And he pulls the rug off, and it's a chair with a hole in it, and a dildo on a lever that's going back and forth at
oh no!
Really fast.
I've seen Burn After Reading.
Have you guys never seen Burn
No.
After Reading?
Yes.
It was a very poorly conceived gift.
I don't watch movies. Tegan doesn't watch movies or TV.
Oh, man.
It's not cool. It's fine. It's part of my character.
There is such a big energy to dipshit Brad Pitt in that movie.
So I do want to take a moment to talk about Smash Ultimate Character Hero that was added as part of the Battle Pass? Fighter Pass? Fighter Pass. Because Hero is arguably a pretty lackluster character. He's another sword character, which is, disappointing for various reasons. But he has a unique trait in which you can use down B and access 4 options of the hero's entire spell list from the Dragon Quest series, including some very powerful abilities like Magic Burst and Thwack, which are one-hit kill moves more often than not. Well, Magic Burst isn't. But Thwack will absolutely kill you if it hits you. That's just it. Doesn't matter what percent you're at. And some people have been upset because, immediately they called him busted, even though, you have to scroll through the list to activate the spell, and you can see which spell that they're selecting when they do it. But outside of those things, there have been calls for bans, which happens because while Smash is a fun community, they are usually populated by children, which overreact to a lot of gameplay changes whenever they happen. And one of them actually fucking did it. There is a organization in South Australia who chose to ban Hero at all their tournaments. Their explanation was stating not because Hero is busted, but because his abilities are based on RNG, and that damages the competitive spirit of the game.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, I know. They're a bunch of fucking cowards, but it's really upsetting to me. Some jackass wrote 5 paragraphs on a Reddit post, and some people are definitely nodding to themselves oh, that makes a lot of sense, because they just don't want to figure out how to play against Hero. And it's one of the lamer parts of the FGC. It has been featured heavily on Scrub Quotes, and I'm not a fan. Just let people play Hero and figure out how to play against him, because his normals, the rest of his kit, outside of his spell list, aren't really especially strong. There are some random elements to his kit, he has a critical hit modifier on some attacks where it's a 1 in 8 chance where it comes out critical, and it'll knock you further a lot more, and it'll definitely change the tone of some particular matches, but they don't exist in frequency enough to be reliable playstyles and won't translate into meaningful tournament results, unlike characters like Meta Knight in Brawl and Bayonetta in Smash 4. And people are just so afraid of losing any particular match to things that they can't really think about, that enough people have gathered together to say that this shouldn't be part of the game, which is their right, but we're allowed to make fun of them for it.
What a bunch of fucking nerds.
Yep.
Yeah, I just needed to say my piece about Hero, and I'm cool. Tegan, is there anything you want to talk about?
Nope. I haven't done anything this week except work. I haven't even played phone games. Ooh. That's how much I haven't done anything.
That's a lot. I'm worried for you, Teagues.
It's been absolute garbage. On the other hand, though, Nico's being very good because he hasn't seen me at all. So he's just sleeping in my lap, which is nice. Yeah, it's a good time. Nice. Good cat time. We got some quality cat today, and not some grumpy cat.
So I fret endlessly over my little old lady cat.
Is it because she's little, old, a lady, or a cat?
Pick one. And sitting in my office is one of our cat carriers from just the last time that Go-Go had to go to the vet. And so the cat carrier is just sitting in the office with the door open. And a couple days ago, I was in the office for several hours on the computer doing bullshit. I'm going to be real. Most of it was arguing with a guy on Twitter.
Why do you do that to yourself?
Look, Tegan, I'm an old man, which means I don't understand how you use Twitter well. And so basically, when I get on Twitter, I waste my time.
Damn, Brad, just watch my feed for a week. I'll teach you Twitter, man. I've always offered.
That's what I do, and I'm fairly okay at it.
As near as I could tell, Twitter has 3 main offerings, which are anger, horniness, and hashtag trends.
my mom asked me how to use hashtags.
And then you said, "Don't."
I was like, what? Well, no, because like her work, they have some internal work thing, like not Slack, it's something like that, and they, I guess they like post pictures and they put all her not her employees, but all her like colleagues put like hashtags, and she like wants to like fit in. I'm like, you just press pound, and she's like,
you
and
just
then
type
what?
whatever
What do I
the
press
fuck you
after that?
want.
I was like, you just type, and she's like,
That's
and then
it?
what?
That's it.
I'm like, no, you press pound, and
It's the easiest
that's all
part.
you got to do. It was.
I'm about it.
It was cute.
Did you tell her you could also hashtag in the middle of a sentence to like supplement a word, or is that too much?
No.
Too much at once? Okay,
I think that would be too much at once.
that's adorable.
So my cat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your cat,
Yeah.
right?
Sorry.
Like I was like really fretting about her, and I'm like, oh my goodness, she went in that cat carrier that's been sitting in the office while I was sitting in the office. And for like the next 2 days, I would like message my wife while I was at work and be like, hey, like, what's Go doing? Is she being a good cat? Is she eating? Have you seen her do the pooping? Like, is she doing cat business? Is she going about cat business? She's like, yes, absolutely.
Right.
The cat is doing cat business. And she's like, she only goes in the office because you go in the office. And I'm like, is that really the case? And when I came home, like, Gogo was just like wandering around doing cat stuff. And so it seems to be like right now her current MO is that if I go in the office, it's like she goes in her little cat office. And then when I get up and I leave the office, she leaves
Oh,
too.
she leaves her cat office. Oh, she wants to be like Dad. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my
That's
god.
so damn cute. Oh my god.
Oh.
And when I get up and I leave the office, she gets out of the cat carrier and follows me out of the office. And
She just thinks that's what you do. Oh.
Clocking out, huh?
like,
What a baby.
like I am unworthy of my wholesome old lady cat.
Your wholesome old lady cat. She has her little... Oh,
She's so good.
Baby.
Yeah.
What a good baby.
She's neat. So, Sach, one of the reasons that I thought that this was a particularly good week to have you on is because we got Royal Quest incoming and we got All Out incoming.
Yep.
Which one do you want to hit first, sir?
Let's do Royal Quest real quick
Okay.
first.
Because I can tell you, I'm going to be real here. Some of the tag matches happening at Royal Quest are like as near as I can tell, and don't particularly advance stories I care about.
That's every New Japan show. The first 2
Nobody
hours
cares
are
about.
tag matches that are nobody cares about, and they oftentimes are fine. Like they're good matches. They're not like super, whatever. They're not like WWE tag matches. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? They're more than that, but yeah. Then usually there's there's the tag.
Basically, if I want to watch
championship, and then
tag
usually,
wrestling, I'm
there's
watching fucking
some
Mexican business. Like I'm going to be watching some AAA or some
Yeah.
CMLL.
Mm-hmm. But the last 3 matches on this card actually look interesting.
Yeah. Whew. So, we got Ishii and Kenta. Those guys are going to fucking murder one
Man,
another.
I fucking love Ishii.
Yes.
Ishii is the best.
That is going to be a murder show. How did you feel about Kenta in the G1? Because that shit was a Rorschach test. Like, it seemed to be that, like, every feeling on him was, like, very strongly held, one way or the other.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I was a little lukewarm, to be honest. Like, he had some big show outs, like his Tanahashi match was really good. And, there was a couple others.
That
But the
match got a
Tanahashi
lot of
match was,
people
like,
angry
really
for
the
some
one
reason.
that, like...
Yeah. Because
Really?
like Tanahashi's everybody's sweet prince. Yeah. Yes.
Right. Well, he is the sweet prince, but
So like I'm looking forward to that, like, because I very much enjoyed the Stone Pitbull versus John Moxley. When I see two grown men commit to murdering each other, it's a thing I'm into. So I think that has a lot of potential. And then we have everyone's sweet prince versus everyone's favorite British socialist. Yep.
Zack Sabre Jr.
I think that also has a potential of being a good time, and also hiding the fact that Tanahashi's knees are not what they used to be. And then Okada versus a charming old man.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong.
Charming old man. He is charming. And he does have one of the best theme songs of all time.
I think this is going to be a good card. So
yeah, wait, I feel like Rocky and Tegan would appreciate this. So Suzuki, he has a theme called what is it, Kaze Ninare?
I'm kind of
which means
about
I
it.
become the wind. Yeah, and so like, it's like a really epic kind of like rock song with like a this female singer, and she's going all out, and then when he gets up onto the ropes and she says, Kaze ni nare, everyone in the crowd says it, and then he just goes into the ring. It's pretty awesome.
Man, like 51 years old, that dude can still go. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he can go. There's something about the Japanese entrances and the announcing, like the introductions from the announcer, that it just puts you in a mood. It just gets you so right. I don't know, maybe, it's awesome. It's so hype when you hear the announcer just yell the name. And you're just like,
I think one of the reasons
let's
I'm really
go.
looking forward to this show is like, take all the things that like I love about the way that like Japanese wrestling shows are put together, and now put a weird, crazy, fucking British audience in the mix. Yeah.
You mean any
Yeah.
British audience? Have you seen a British audience?
I have Tegan. Now, take your standard British audience for any given piece of entertainment, and now turn the crazy up by about 500%, and that is a British wrestling audience.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm into
The amount
that.
of like weird, spontaneous chanting where I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, the
chant
removing
singing
of
and
shoes,
stuff. It's like crazy.
It's wild. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. It's a good venue. They sold more tickets for this show than they did for the opening night of the G1. For the opening night of the G1, they sold about 5,000 tickets in Dallas. And the Copper Box in UK, when it's set up for wrestling, holds about 6,000. So, which is about what they sold. So, should be a good crowd, big British crowd, some good matches. I think it's going to be a good time. Yeah. And then same fucking day, All Out. Yeah.
All Out.
It's been an emotional roller coaster for anybody who cares about this show for the last 24 hours.
Yeah. I was immediately like, damn, I don't even know how I feel about this show. And then I was like, oh wait, let's go.
Yep. So running down this card, we got Private Party and versus Angelico and Jack Evans, which is like,
I don't really know.
Nobody
Private,
really
I
does.
don't really know Private Party or
Like they were mostly like playing
Yeah,
like Hog in New York, and so I don't think anybody really knew much of their work. And then Riho versus Hikaru Shida. Yeah.
Oh, what about we got the Battle Royale as well, right?
And so they haven't said yet that like the winner of Riho versus Shida is going to, because the winner of the women's battle royale will get one of the two positions in the first women's championship match on the first episode of television when they go to TV in October. So they have not said how the other person is going to get picked for that first championship match. I presume it's going to be the winner of Riho versus Shida, because right now Riho is the woman who has the most wins in the promotion, and because they are being serious about wins and losses mattering.
Okay. So, yeah, that makes sense.
It makes sense for Riho to be in contention for that spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they've got that women's battle royal. They haven't finished announcing everybody who's going to participate in it. There's definitely some gimmick entrants in it. There's at least one person in that match who I wish wasn't in that match. They haven't announced yet whether or not she's going to be in that match. So I cannot yet be disappointed.
According to the
in her being in
CBS
that
Sports,
match until it gets announced. At which point I will firmly be disappointed. But I am bummed out that they're bringing in fucking Ivelisse to be in that match. Yeah, fuck her.
Oh yeah.
For those of you at home and for Rockin' Tegan, the reason that like Ivelisse sucks is that she says that mental illness isn't real and people make it up. She's transphobic, and she legit shot on someone during a wrestling match.
Gross.
Yes. So how the
I like how, like, the last thing is she legit shot on someone. That's not, like, here's the problem with her, like, career-wise, and then here's problems that she is, exposed about herself that are, like, worldview problems that she has that she needs to work through. It's like, here's why she's a shitty human, and also she did this thing in her job.
I don't know how you bring in a legit transphobe to be in a match where she'll probably be working with Nyla Rose. Yeah,
Nyla Rose, I'm pretty sure was announced.
Nyla Rose is announced for that match. So, like, in this particular situation, her being a shitty transphobe actually does interact with her work. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah, so fuck her. She's a garbage piece of shit. Like, yeah, you know what?
Let's hope
like,
Nyla Rose.
You know what? Just don't shoot on her, but definitely make her feel it the next day.
Yeah,
but like I am.
Do shoot on her because she's gonna shoot on you.
Yeah. In fact, like here's a match I'll pay to see. Give me Ivelisse versus Sexy Star.
Oh God.
You know, whoever wins, we
That'll
win.
have to be in the UFC.
And then we got Darby Allin versus Joey Janela versus Jimmy Havoc. I'm affectionately calling this the internet match. These are guys from the internet.
Yeah, these are all they're internet darlings. Yes.
Of course, my heart is with Joey Janela. I think that these kids today love Darby Allin because he's young and sad and handsome.
That's a trifecta.
They like those things.
Yeah, I like him.
Yep. See?
I like Darby
Sach, you are literally these kids today. So.
Damn, why didn't we talk about Fortnite?
Yep.
Fuck. Missed our opportunity.
Can Cody pull a good match out of Sean Spears? He's successfully pulled a good match out of Nick Aldis.
That's true. But I don't... Sean Spears is just
he is not a good Russell man. But, like, every time people are like, I don't know, there's no way Cody can make this work. He exceeds all expectations. He got the only 5-star match at Double or Nothing.
Brian believes in Cody.
I believe in Cody. I whatever the opposite of believe is, that's what I do for John Spears. So, yes, disbelief. So I don't know. I would put the over under at like 3.25 stars on that. So that's where I think it'll live. What if the Lucha Brothers fought the Young Bucks, but there was a ladder involved?
Oh,
People will
I'm
die.
so excited for this. Oh my god. The Lucha Brothers. Oh god. I love Pentagon and Phoenix. Those two are amazing. And the fact that they're actually brothers, which makes it just so cool. When I was a kid, I was like, I thought the Undertaker and Kane were actually brothers, and then I like looked it up on Wikipedia. And then I was like, oh, well, I was like, it was like a little, like when I was a little kid, I thought they were actual brothers. Then like later, when I was like a little bit older, I was like, let me look that up.
Yeah, that sounds like something I'd get in a bar argument
they're not
about.
actually like
as
half brothers?
As a young college student, realized I was wrong.
Can I tell you something that I believed for years, guys, which like my wife has had to talk me down from believing this more than once because I
more than once?
so firmly in middle school.
Your wife's the same. Go ahead.
Yes, because I completely forgot that I found out that this wasn't real, and then when it came up again later, I was like, no, this is a thing I believe. I believed throughout middle school that Mario Lopez was a accused sexual predator.
Why?
Because there was an urban legend that Mario Lopez
he is an
was
asshole,
a groper.
so.
And so like I was like, all right, Mario Lopez, he's a groper, and like just like years ago, I was having some conversation where Mario Lopez came up with my wife, and I was like, yeah, that guy, but too bad he's a piece of shit. And then I was like, she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, isn't he a groper? He's a groper. And then like it stayed in my brain, even though I had it disproven for me in that moment. My brain was like, you know what?
Oh god, that's what happened with that O.J. Simpson Twitter account that got us. Oh man. Yeah.
That was content.
You saw that, right, Sach?
It was.
The real OJ32, but they changed out the L for the letter I. But like the first tweet was like the video, which was on the original Twitter account, and then the second tweet was just like I killed her, and we're all like what? Hold on, dude, world stopped for me that evening. That was messed up.
Indeed. Then we got Best Friends versus the Dark Order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really know. Best Friends, cool.
I feel like right now the Dark Order is mainly trying people's patience. But that's probably because of the goofy bullshit they've been doing with them. Hopefully getting them into the ring and having them do a match with Best Friends will have that work out. Then the thing which was the roller coaster of emotions for the last 24 hours, Pac versus Kenny Omega. So this match was originally supposed to be, guys, to understand this thing that we're saying about like roller coaster of emotions. The match that was originally scheduled was supposed to be Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley, which is a match which a lot of folks have been looking forward to now for like several months.
He attacked Kenny Omega at
Double or Nothing.
What was it? Double or Nothing? No, Double or Nothing. Yeah, and it was like a big surprise because he had just left.
And then Kenny attacked Jon Moxley at Fyter Fest. And each one of them has had singles matches since then, but not with each other. So they've kind of been like circling each other, getting closer. They've been doing a good build. And Jon Moxley, like some years ago, like injured his arm, and when he injured his arm as a result of his hospital stay, ended up with like MRSA in his arm. MRSA,
and
then
MRSA
like just like the last few days, the MRSA resurfaced in his elbow. Like, it came back. And so he made this like Twitter post yesterday, which is like, hey guys, I need surgery. I'll be back in time for television, but unfortunately, like, I can't fight at All Out. And All Out is kind of a big deal because it's the last pay-per-view for All Elite Wrestling before their weekly television starts. And so, like, people are like, oh no, what the fuck is going to happen? Like, what are they going to do with Kenny? Because, like, really, this is the match that everybody was looking forward to the most. It's a very, very big deal.
Yeah, it was easily the big, like,
Yeah.
it was easily the biggest match.
Like, I think it was bigger
by
than the
far.
title match. Yeah.
Yeah, way bigger.
And so it's like, who the fuck are they going to bring in for Kenny to fight, which it will have something that even remotely resembles the same level of, like, anticipation. And the list of people that they could have had him fight was a pretty darn short list. And fortunately, I guess they got someone from it. So we've got Pac versus Kenny Omega. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, this is going to be that real shit.
Yeah, Pac is crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff after he left WWE, but like I've seen a couple highlights here and there from some of the stuff. He was in Dragon Gate, so that's like that stuff is pretty wild. He's a really talented dude. So I think like him and Omega will be able to do something. 'Cause I think Omega has been a little bit stagnant lately, and his hype is kind of a little bit less. So I think
I agree. He's had a weird year. I mean,
I don't know if
he's necessarily had a weird year because of like having so many months off, just because like he wasn't really taking, like, a lot of the other guys who like are ramping up to television were also doing stuff like taking indie bookings, which he didn't really do.
right.
So, and I think that part of that was him wanting to like preserve the mystique, which I can appreciate, but it meant that like he's had like 4 or 5 matches this year, something like that.
Yeah.
And then the top of the card, Hangman Adam Page versus Chris Jericho for the title.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it's gonna be fun. I'll like it. I like Hangman a lot, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Jericho's. I don't know. He's just kind of whatever.
He is old. He can go less. Unlike the charming old man that we talked about at Royal Quest, Chris Jericho can do considerably less than he could when he was younger, and has kind of traded it in for this like brawling style. And unlike Pentagon, who is also a brawler, he's not a great brawler.
Yeah, it just looks weird.
My biggest problem with him right now is that his new finisher is dumb.
Yeah, it's so
Sach, please
dumb.
describe the new finisher to Rocky.
He turns around and hits them with his elbow.
That's it. That's the whole bit.
That's the whole bit. That's the whole bit.
That's it.
That's it. That's the whole bit. It was boring.
That is all. It is so garbage. And he used to have one of the most exciting finishers. I mean, it's a little played now because of how long he's been in the business, but it's like his finisher. Also, it had one of the dopest names. It's called the Walls of Jericho. Like, how fucking cool of a name for a move is that?
Are there trumpets? Do they come tumbling down? Is that the whole, like, bit? Is that the whole bit?
It's a good bit.
Or is there no whole bit?
And this new thing, what, the Judas Fist? The Judas Effect. Jesus fucking
Judas
Christ,
Effect.
this stupid thing. Just like, yep. And like the ridiculous way he he cut this promo about how like a back elbow is one of the most dangerous moves in mixed martial arts. It's like they don't even really teach the back elbow to people anymore. What are you talking about? This is ridiculous.
At least like a spinning, do like a spinning back fist or something, you know. I mean, I don't know how you could like do that in a wrestling match, but
yeah.
Hangman's cool. He's just, we have to see. I think if he'll really be the guy, you know. Also, I love his theme, but it comes from a royalty-free music website.
I mean, I think it's clear that Jericho is going to win the match because they want to go into television with having the belt on somebody that lots of people know, even though he's not the first choice for most fans. They want Joe America to be like,
right.
I've heard of Chris Jericho. He's a man I'm aware of. And the money is in the chase with baby faces, and so like, if the real plan is that, you know, Hangman's title run is a year or 2 years off, then that means that like this will put him like near the bottom of the title chase because he's just lost his title shot and he's got to work his way back up.
Yeah. Well, that'll be good for him, I think, because I think he needs to sell himself to the people more.
I think that like this is the true beginning of the long-term Hangman story. They want audiences to root for him. They want him to be, I think, the second big babyface champ. With the first big babyface champ being Kenny.
Right.
So, like, he's going to lose. I think it's going to be good for him, and I think he's going to go another, like, 18 to 24 months before he wins the title. And I feel like most people were of the consensus that, like when he was working New Japan and Ring of Honor, I was like, yeah, he needs another, like, 2 years before he really gets the rub. And it feels like that's the plan on their booking, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I think towards the end of his run in New Japan, he had a lot of really good reaction from the crowd, the Japanese crowd. So I think he can make it work. He just gotta.
I was about to be like, isn't it really boring when like people's arcs are so predictable like that? But then I realized that like a couple days ago I read like 14 fan fictions and they all had the same basic plot and I already knew what was going to happen and it was still fun, so can't talk about that. No room to talk. Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, Tegan, and they can. It's one of those things where it's like you can take 5 bowls of ramen, which are all made with the exact same ingredients, and then like 4 of them can be bad bowls of ramen.
Right.
Yeah. And like that is wrestling booking to a T. You know where they're going. It's all about how you get there.
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of times, you can tell where it's going to go, and sometimes they subvert that expectation in a really good way, and other times the WWE tries to do that like so hard that their attempting of swerving becomes the new predictability.
Gotcha. Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's a thing that they're doing right now where they've layered so many swerves on top of swerves on top of swerves that it's become like this weird, strange joke booking. I'm talking about the someone tried to kill Roman Reigns storyline. Yeah.
Oh,
to the point where they had a guy remove somebody's hood to reveal like a fake identical twin, and I'm just like, you know what? Fine, fuck off. Just fuck off.
It's like, there's no need to watch this shit.
I think that might have been the cancel the network moment for me. It's like there's so much stuff that I enjoy watching, and if I could get that time back to, I don't know, play video games or even just sit on my ass or take a nap or stare at my cat.
I kind of would want to watch a cat wrestling show. That sounds kind of dope.
Then I got the guy for you,
shit.
Rocky. It's a guy named Teddy Hart. Teddy Hart generally comes to the ring wearing a pair of sequined pajama pants with one of his cats.
This is amazing. I love him already.
damn it.
That's my son. That's my child.
Yeah. He will usually put his well-behaved, well-trained cat on top of one of the turnbuckles while he...
What a good cat.
Yeah. The cat won't stay there for the whole match, but like Teddy Hart totally does his whole like ring intro with like a cat perched on top of a turnbuckle. He brings a variety of cats over WrestleMania
All
weekend.
different cats? How many cats does he have?
Teddy Hart is a cat enthusiast. He currently has, I believe, 6 cats.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so.
And then, like, over WrestleMania weekend, there was a whole bit on one of the shows called Teddy Hart's Reading Rainbow, where Teddy Hart sat in the ring and he read a storybook to his cats.
Oh.
So, Teddy Hart...
Oh my god.
So, and here I was pitching Teddy Hart to Rocky, but apparently we've got another Teddy Hart fan in the making over here.
What a good boy.
So...
What a good boy. Oh my goodness.
So, yes, in summary, wrestling
love
is
all
bullshit,
of
but
that.
it's good bullshit.
I love all of that. What a... Okay, I don't like that, but I do like that cat.
Look, these are the realities of Teddy Hart. That is that man.
I don't like that man, but I do like that cat.
Also, Sach, thank you for making the hunt for this week's thumbnail that much easier.
Oh, I thought you were going to use the Reading Rainbow.
Oh, okay, that's another thought. I've got options again.
Everyone will find out what the thumbnail is when we find out what the thumbnail is, but that's after Brian figures out what the thumbnail is.
Which is sometimes a struggle that goes into the 11th hour, but I feel like it's really worked out for the last couple of weeks. Yeah. Would you find people like to discuss the news?
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Hey guys, guess what? Your Xbox? It's listening.
Tegan, do you mean that in the general, like, you know when a company fucks up and, like, they taser people or they shit in somebody's, like, toilet tank and then they're like, we're listening and we're sorry?
No, I don't. I mean in that same way that, like, your Google Home is subtly recording everything that's said in your house. I mean it like that. It turns out that some contractors at Microsoft have gained access to audio recordings from Xbox owners' home lives. A report from Vice Motherboard has announced to everybody. So, like, while we already knew that, like, Microsoft could record and access audio logs, accidental recordings, it turns out, are a huge... quote-unquote accidental recordings are, like, a huge problem. So what happens is some of the accidental activations include people telling Cortana no, because they were in the middle of a game and doing regular game chat, or, like, kids talking nearby. Whoops. And Microsoft says that they've, quote-unquote, long been clear that we collect voice data to improve voice-enabled services, and that this data is sometimes reviewed by vendors, and that they've recently updated our privacy statement to add greater clarity that people sometimes review this data as part of the product improvement process, which basically means, like, hey, we record your shit when you're not paying attention, via a voice any general voice command that you can give your Cortana thing, and then, like, vendors use that info. Meow.
The meow is crucial.
Cool. Love it. Google's listening. Google's listening in multiple ways for multiple devices.
Big yikes.
So, yeah. Big yikes.
This data is sometimes
reviewed by vendors to update the voice technology. No. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Can I turn off Cortana? No, of course not. It's not an option.
Well, sure you can. Do you have one of those? What are they called again?
A hammer? I do.
No. What's it called again? Oh, Kinect. Do you have a Kinect hooked up?
No.
Then you're fine.
Because we have an Well, no. No. This is not just through the Kinect. This is your regular Xbox. Your Xbox One, One S, One X models.
I understand that, Tegan. But in order for a passive microphone to pick up your talking, there has to be a microphone to pick it up.
So basically I should never plug my my headset into my controller.
I'd say I should just never actively using it, yes. Don't plug it in.
Just never use it.
Never.
Yeah. But Cortana still responds.
So Cortana responds despite the fact that you have... Alright, so that's not possible. That means that there is some kind of microphone interacting with your Xbox. Do you guys have, like, Cortana enabled through, like, an Amazon Echo?
No, we don't. I don't want any microphones that I did not knowingly, like, purchase. Like, Alex's mom has an Alexa, and, like, last year at Christmas time we played Skyrim on that because it was funny. But other than that, like, I don't have a Home or an Alexa or a Dot or a, like, I got a nothing. I got a phone, and I got this microphone that I unplug when I'm done recording. And, like, that's it. So, unless Alex's headset, like, the audio jack in that is somehow picking it up, I don't know.
A jack would not be sufficient in order to do this.
You would think. You would think.
Tegan?
Who knows?
Tegan, I do not want to get the mail from people explaining to us how
theorist.
microphones work, which is why I'm trying to get out of the way now.
Explain to me how microphones work.
Oh, God.
They're listening! I'm gonna get the red string out.
Oh, God.
And I'm gonna gag my Xbox. That's obviously the solution.
Whoa.
I think just no one wants to stop me at this point. Like, Rocky, what do you got?
Oh, I don't own an Xbox. This is not my business.
Well, when my brother first got his Xbox One, and it was, like, brand new, there was, like, the Kinect and everything, he was playing 2K in my career mode.
Wait, really?
Fuck. And then they gave him a technical foul. That's what he told me. I don't know how true that is, though.
That's amazing. I support that decision.
Well, I have news about a video game console which has considerably less passive consumption of your audio.
Is it Stadia? Because I'm sure Stadia is going to have more passive consumption of my audio.
I'm here with all that hot and television news for you. Yeah. Something that happened at Gamescom was more detail on the Intellivision Amico, including like a 3-minute Intellivision Amico trailer, which included a sizzle reel of some games. And one of the things that they did was firm up the price point, which I think at this point everybody is taking to mean $199 because they're like, it's under $200. And I'm like, okay, that's $199. And they put out the formal release date for the Amico, which will be October 10th, 2020. So it's going to be right there in the thick of new console releases, because we know darn well that the Xbox line of Scarlet devices is going to be debuting next fall. And based on some weasel words already used by Sony when they first announced the existence of a PS5, they did so in like Q2 of this year. And then when they did it in Q2 of this year, they said that the PS5 will not be releasing in the next 12 months. So it sounds a lot like what's going to happen is prospective console buyers are going to walk into a store and be confronted with a additional choice of the Intellivision Amico, which for like people who are probably buying their own consoles isn't a big deal, because you're walking in to buy what you want, and so you're not really going to be swayed by something else there. But the Amico is specifically targeting players with an interest in local co-op play. Like when they did their presentation at Gamescom, they talked about how there's increasingly a smaller focus on local co-op and game design, and how they're really focusing on local co-op being an integral component and a key selling point for the games that they want on their device. Also talked about how most games on the Amico will be able to be played with a phone as a controller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So, like, if you just have the controllers that the Amico comes with, but you have people coming over and you want to play something local co-op, the Amico can support up to 8 controllers, and a mix of Amico controllers and people activating their phones.
What's the tech on that? Like just Bluetooth?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. There will be like there will be an Amico app you will download, and then it just sees the device.
Okay. Oh, this is probably pure Wi-Fi.
I don't know.
Okay.
And one other announcement that they made, and this is where I think that they're going to run up into a wall with like some developers, is that like everything which is coming to Amico will be an exclusive. All Amico games are exclusive.
Well, I mean, that's a good idea. They should be doing that.
No, I agree. I just think that it's going to put a limit on, like, since like for smaller indie devs, like there are definitely going to be devs who will be able to have success with that model, because they're big enough devs that the attraction of their title will push people into like for example, like if tomorrow, like Vlambeer was like, hey, we've got a game coming to the Amico, there would be like a subsection of Vlambeer fans who would like make a point of like buying the game. Like people who are going to be able to succeed with that, but like tiny indie devs and medium-sized indie devs who are just trying to put food on their table can't necessarily afford to exclude platforms unless, like, I mean, if Intellivision has like a decent budget for paying for exclusives, like if you go to Amico, you're going to get paid.
Right, that's what they would have to do.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
like the
their
Payday,
model would
right?
have to be something more similar to like Epic's model right now. Like they definitely get people to sign the exclusive deal, but it's because they're paying the devs to take that hit.
Right. And they just happened to announce 17 titles. It's not like these are going to be the only 17 titles for the device.
17 launch titles is actually a pretty healthy number.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And that, yes.
Yeah, especially from $3 to $10.
I think that's pretty attractive. It seems to be that, like, with games being priced between $3 to $10, and with such a heavy focus on co-op play and people to essentially functionally bring their own controllers without necessarily needing to learn new devices, this seems like a pretty easy impulse buy for like consumers who are comfortable, who might be walking into a place to already buy an Xbox or a PS5. if you're like, I'm here, like, I'm already doing some rotation under my television. As they get closer to launch, obviously they'll talk about some games. Like where does this sit for you guys as far as like, is this impulse buy tier? Like, is $1.99 impulse buy level yet?
It's not impulse buy, it's child's Christmas gift buy. So, like, I wouldn't buy it because I don't need it, but if I know, like, a couple that has, like, somewhere between older toddler and, like, young child, and they want to give them something they can do with their screen time, instead of buying an iPad, I would point them in the direction of this.
Okay. So when I watched the trailer, it didn't look like every one of those games, which they because in the sizzle reel they show some of the launch games, and it doesn't necessarily look like all of the games are targeting that age demographic.
I mean, I might be wrong, but I am looking at a statement from them that's saying that that none of the games will be over $10, $9.99, and they will all have a rating of E10 plus or under.
Oh, sure. And I think that there's a difference between like whether or not the content is appropriate for people of that age range, Rocky, versus whether it is necessarily targeting people in that age range, like as far as like design conceits.
Okay.
Like, and what I mean by that is that like there are very definitely games that they showed footage of that are, I think, trying to pump nostalgia for like classic and television releases pretty hard. Mm-hmm. And like there are no 9-year-olds out there who are like, man, I just want a fucking like controller with a big knob on it,
Yeah.
Like back in the olden days. Exactly.
Like the good old days, man.
But I do where they'll get kids is, you know what kids are comfortable with? Their fucking phones. Like when I see footage of like 7-year-olds trying to use the a classic like big brick Game Boy as if it had a touchscreen, I die. I become dead.
Bro, I mean, kids these days, they have a hard... and I'm not gonna... I'm generalizing here, but at least the students that I had over the summer, I mean, they don't type well. They're slow at typing, and they've had computers all their life, you know what I mean? Like, it's just they're not used to keyboards as much as they're used to the touch.
I feel like unlike the Atari VCS, which is the kind of like bullshit Atari device, which is going to come out some point within the next like 12 months, which is just like a Linux box. I actually feel like this is a thing. I feel like there is a market here, and that this will actually kind of like fit into the same kind of like market space that like Nintendo occupies right now.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like that's a little premature because Nintendo's definitely focusing. While they do kid-friendly stuff that is meaningful, they are also like doing this real hybrid like portable thing, especially like the Switch Lite. And like the Switch itself is a device where they're positioning so that you can play essentially the new Nintendo stuff and like everything that's come out in the last like 3 to 5 years. Like they're trying to port everything to the Switch, and then whatever Nintendo's putting out that's new, they'll put on that. I don't think Intellivision will really occupy that same space. I think they're doing different things.
I think that brand recognition for a certain age of parent, and a set of features which people treat as like built-in guardrails for kids. Like people trust Nintendo, and we've obviously had endless conversations on the show about whether or not people should trust corporations or not. Sure. But people trust Nintendo as an entity. They're like, I know that Mario is not going to hit my kid,
Mario's not gonna come in and rifle through my pockets and
Wario.
teach my kid about sex.
Right,
Yeah, that's Wario. That's a different dude. But Mario, that dude in the red hat, he's good.
And I think that if somebody's like, "Hi, we're in television. There's no microtransactions and all the games are cheap, and you can play on your couch," like you remember, like there's a that's gonna check boxes for people who are not necessarily looking to play the games themselves, but they're like, "That's how I remember things being, and so I will now voice that perspective on my child."
Sure.
Well, the like couch co-op stuff, like people still want that, and a lot of people aren't doing it. And then games being priced between $3 and $10. People like that.
Yeah, that's just such a great deal.
It's going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. I think this has jumped up my list of interesting things, like well above Stadia at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Man, what if Google had a press conference at Gamescom and all it did was make people mad?
That is what happened.
Is that what happened?
They have no exclusives. They're basically dead on arrival. Rip them. But
they put a big stupid ass slide in their booth at Gamescom, as if it was the fucking playground at a Burger King, and they're like, "Yay! Like, come ride our dipshit slide and get a stupid fucking T-shirt and play a bunch of games." Ugh.
I like slides.
It's like something out of Silicon Valley, that TV show. Like, straight up, like a slide in the booth.
It's like, ride the slide to get the shirt. I'm like, that is the most like tech company thing I've ever heard. Like, because they apparently wouldn't give you the shirt unless you got on the slide.
Oh, my lord.
And I'm like, that is really dumb. It's really, really dumb. Just give people the fucking shirt. Gamescom is the like physically most packed game convention in the world. Like it's bigger than Tokyo Game Show. It's bigger than E3. There's 250,000 people in that fucking building. They're all tired. They're all cranky. And if somebody wants a shirt and they don't want to get on your stupid slide, just give them the shirt. Ugh. Man. So, God. Rocky, what you got for us?
Oh, right. Okay, so guys, I talked a little bit a couple months ago about how EDM artist Marshmello did a in-game concert for Fortnite. He apparently put on motion capture gear, and he was in a particular point on the map, and he did like a 30-minute concert of his music for people in Fortnite. You could buy essentially like virtual tickets and like go hang out. And, like, there was you could buy a special emotes or a special costume to make yourself look like Marshmello. And that was a whole deal. Adventure Quest saw that and said, hold my beer. Adventure Quest 3D recently did a concert event with Korn, the rock band. And Korn basically set up in, like, a special zone in Adventure Quest 3D. And they put on a concert, and there was some events building up to it where there was some particular enemy. I believe his name was Thrash or Thrain. I think it's Thrain, actually. And he's a new enemy that like was on the stage. But the thing is, Adventure Quest is like sort of like an adventure RPG. So what they did is that they had it be like this gameplay event while Korn was doing the concert. So Korn was like on a stage in like video game avatars playing their music, but they were also like, they basically had like monsters and stuff show up in the field while the Korn concert was going on. So instead of having these kids just kind of stand in this arena, they were like doing like an active like combat event while Korn was playing their music that culminated in a boss fight where the concert goers rushed the stage and fought Thrain that was standing behind Korn doing their performance. The whole event lasted something like 30 minutes, and then once it was over, people who had bought VIP passes could go to a special area where they could do like a Q&A with like Korn and whatnot and emote at each other. outside of that, there were other microtransactions for like gear and like emotes that you could use throughout the game. This is a real thing that happened in the year of our Lord 2019. Does anyone have any thoughts? Any at all?
What is life?
Why didn't they do a Miku concert?
We're developing that technology.
How dare? How dare? If I could attend a Miku concert
What if
virtually,
you could do
I
like
fucking would.
a Love Nikki virtual concert where you had a boss battle in the middle of it and Niku was on stage?
Dude. Oh, shit! Yo.
I'm telling you.
Wait,
This might be the future
That'd
of
be
like,
amazing.
or rather, an alternate revenue stream for both like musicians and a way of like designing events for gameplay that can contain live components. What if there's a Kingdom Hearts event where Utada Hikaru is like has like a character in the game, but like you're also doing Kingdom Hearts fights or whatever?
Oh no! I'm dying. I've ascended to another plane of existence. That's amazing. Oh my god, I want that.
I'm telling
want
you,
that
like
so
this could
badly.
be really wild, and I don't know how this ends. Like
I want that
I know
so badly.
I'll
Brian,
tell you how
okay.
it ends. A Weird Al concert in Splatoon.
Fuck
No,
yeah!
actually,
Let's go.
I
Let's
really
go.
want a. Oh no, they're like.
Weird Al already voiced a
Who's the-
pony. Like
Who's the group that does the anime openings? They did colors. Flow, yes.
Flow?
Like Flow being in Splatoon would be
Dude.
fucking fantastic.
shit
For like a Splatfest
yo.
too, like like obviously.
Oh, that'd be so good.
The first one had-
What if it was like a Splatfest for like 2 artists and then whoever wins the
No, that's one of the
Splatfest, they get
special
concert?
stages, and like when you take over enough of the stage, your band comes in like on like a blimp or something and starts playing and gives you buffs. Fuck yeah!
Just saying, like, events like
Fuck
this
yeah.
are probably like the an opportunity for like really interesting emergent gameplay. I don't know how like maybe it does like end flat like because no one figures out how to make it like fun or interesting and they just like use old acts who can sign up. But like I think this has a lot of like really interesting potential for like live events and like properties that people already really enjoy. But I'm optimistic about it.
The gorillas could come.
Yo, but like the gorillas in like Borderlands?
Yes! Oh my god. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay.
Anyone that's interested
Yes.
in this idea, like, shout out the Musician X video game collaboration that you would be really interested in. In Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, whatever. All Impossible Coin, I guess.
And if your answer is just Revolution X again, then please fuck off.
Weird Al X
Don't even bother
Revolution
to
X.
respond.
Oh
Yeah. We don't need any more arcade shooters starring Aerosmith.
Honestly, I'm thinking the next collab will be like Jack Black and something. I don't know what. Maybe.
I want All-Star.
Jablinski.
Yes, All-Star and Digimon.
Man. Just Smash Mouth X
Please.
Digimon.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yep. It belongs.
That would be a vibe. I'm actually.
It's already in the movie. We can just do it in the game too. It'd be great.
Who has Digimon? Is that Bandai
yeah.
Namco or am I?
Yeah, it's Bandai. It's Bandai Namco and Toei.
Man,
it's
they
Namco,
know
yeah.
Smash Mouth. Smash Mouth will answer that call. They'll do it just for the meme.
They would. They'd do it just for the meme.
All right, Brian, you got next story?
I sure do. Begun the studio acquisition wars have.
Again?
Yeah, something that we've talked about on the show in the past is the idea that, like, as we move toward a future where the important part is signing people up for perpetual subscriptions, it's going to be more and more important for platform holders to buy a bunch of studios so that way they have, like, studios reliably creating content for their subscription pipelines.
Sure.
And that was something that, like, Microsoft jumped out to a big early lead on when they bought a bunch of, like, really good studios. And they pretty much, like, when people were like, Jesus Christ, how do they even top all of last year's ridiculous acquisitions? And
They
they're
just
like, hey,
buy more.
We just no scope 360'd you with this here acquisition of fucking Double Fine.
Oh god, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot
Yes.
they have Double Fine now.
Yeah, it played out kind of weird for Ooblets, but that's a whole other thing.
But Sony is like, and this is also another talk track that we've had on this show for the last year. Somebody in the room at Sony going, "Oh, it appears to be that the way video games works is passing us by." Shit. So Sony at Gamescom announced, like, "Hey guys, we're buying studios too." And the first one we have to announce is we bought Insomniac. This is kind of interesting for a couple different reasons. One, like, a pretty heavy percentage of the output for Insomniac for the last year and a half has been VR stuff. They've cranked out like quite a bit of stuff for Oculus, including like a big RPG, which got pretty good reviews. In like a space where like there was like hardly any other RPGs going on at all. It's kind of like an adventure RPG, like Zelda style.
It's the beginning of SAO.
Yeah. So
The good part of SAO or the bad part?
We haven't seen all the waifus yet, so I'm hopeful.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, what exactly is Sony want out of acquiring Insomniac? Because something that Insomniac did for Sony is to develop Spider-Man, which made them a wheelbarrow full of money. But also Sony has put increased marketing, publishing, and development resources behind the PSVR. And as far as like devices out there which have the biggest market share in the VR space, PSVR leads, probably because of the install base of the PS4 and the lack of needing to have a powerful ass PC to use it. Now, where we'll be in 12 months once the Oculus Quest has been out for a while is another story, but at least right now, Sony is like pushing a bunch of development resources behind PSVR, and so like buying a well-respected studio which has made good things for VR and also made this Spider-Man game which made a shit ton of money feels like a move that makes sense. However, pour one out for a possible Sunset Overdrive 2. And file under things that will now likely never happen.
My condolences, Brian.
Everybody loses out there. So what do you guys think?
I think it's worth it for Sony to buy Insomniac just for Spider-Man alone. The PSVR stuff is a healthy bonus, especially since they are really focused on being like the console VR, I guess, one-stop shop. But PSVR is having substantial competition from Oculus, and maybe they can leverage that by getting some sort of information from Insomniac now that they're in-house. I don't know if that will happen, but
Right.
I'm not going to put it outside of possibility.
Yeah, I mean, Insomniac has been with Sony for so long, right? Since as long as I can remember PS2. I mean, they were doing all those Ratchet and Clank games, all that stuff. They were big in Ratchet and Clank 3 was like had a whole online thing. They've been with Sony on their side. You know what I mean? So I think from Sony's perspective, it's like, all right, let's just officially bring them into the fold. I don't necessarily know if it's a great thing just in general for these large corporations to just be acquiring more and more, but that's
also
a different
I can't
conversation
prove
for
it at the
Jesus'
moment,
sake.
but I'm not sure that this is an act of aggression by Sony and not a defensive move altogether. Because Insomniac has this positioning in the VR space, and they made this really well-regarded Spider-Man game, they may have been in danger of being poached by either Oculus or Disney. Like, I don't think it's above Disney Interactive to, like, ask parent Disney for enough money to buy, like, Insomniac, and they become, like, the heads of Disney Interactive now. Like, that could have been a very real thing that could have happened. But, I can't prove it. I don't know for sure.
Also, everybody's cool dad has also said that Microsoft is not done buying studios. That's something that Phil Spencer has said. He's like, we're almost done. We're mostly done. But he has mentioned that there's a few more things that he'd like to accomplish.
He's buying us some more studios?
Like, he specifically said that Microsoft wants to add a Japanese studio to its portfolio. And he also said that he specifically wanted to add a studio with VR expertise to the portfolio.
And so, like, this might have been a snipe by Sony.
Right.
Dad, stop buying us studios. Dad, we have enough studios at home. Please, Dad, you're embarrassing us.
We bought a studio.
I think that buying the Japanese studio makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, Xbox has been just real behind in Japan, but they've had a lot of good Japanese developers on their systems for some time. Especially this generation, Japanese developers had kind of like a renaissance, right?
I mean, I know what Japanese studio I would like to see end up with Microsoft. I would like to see them take Tango Gameworks off Bethesda's hands. Because I feel like the stuff that Tango does already kind of would fit comfortably within like the larger family of games that Microsoft is already publishing. But like, you definitely look at stuff like, The Evil Within and then say like, yep, that is a video game that came from Japan. But it'll probably end up being some other fucking thing where you're like, oh good, you bought them. Who knows?
Dad, this isn't even the studio we want.
The studio acquisition was. Also, I'm glad that in more than one way this week, Spider-Man is relevant to stories of like corporate intrigue. Rocky, are we talking about Peruvians here?
Yeah, we definitely are. So I've talked about Peruvians before on this show. There is a Jesus, no.
The Peruvian puff pepper?
So there is a Peruvian Tekken event that happened. Well, that was important to me last year because April Del Maestro Segovia actually won the tournament off of a South Korean competitor and was positioned to potentially go to EVO. He didn't end up going to EVO this past year because, he couldn't put the money together. Didn't have the GoFundMe, whatever. But the event happened again this year, and not just one, but 3 top-tier Korean players showed up. Jin Woo Saint Choi, Byung Mun Kudan Sun, and Mujung Kakoma Kim. The former 2, Saint and Kudans, won the World Finals, the Tekken World Finals in 2016, 2017, to the point where a lot of people just figured that Koreans had Tekken on lock. But these players traveled to this Peruvian tournament, and they weren't able to win a single match off of the competitors' post-winners finals.
Oof.
Yeah. And like between this and the competitor from Pakistan that won not only EVO Japan but EVO proper this past year shows that there are underrepresented regions in Tekken.
Yeah, that was really awesome.
And Tekken World Tour has been doing better about getting this representation out there, because there are major Tekken tournaments that are just not happening in like South Korea or Japan that have real competitors, and the people that are currently at the top just don't know about them because they're not able to fly to Japan or Vegas to compete. And hopefully these tournaments with these underrepresented regions have competitors that gain the attention of sponsors, so that we get more generalized representation in these types of tournaments, and honestly, in the world, because, you know, there's a common saying that talent is probably evenly distributed, but opportunities aren't. And I'd like to see more opportunities for these types of players to show up in the top tier competition because they deserve to be there. Arslan Ash is the Pakistani player I couldn't remember. His name is Arslan Ash. He's phenomenal. He won Evo Japan off of like 2 hours of sleep, traveling through 4 countries on some bullshit, and he walks in and wins.
Yep.
In Japan. God, whatever. It's fine. I'm just saying, there are other people in different parts of the world that know how to play fighting games. Even people...
And who are definitely better than you.
Yeah, definitely
like
better.
I saw a tweet that was like, imagine the guys that he practices with in Pakistan. Like, how good are they? You know what I mean? They must be amazing. So
this guy to just show up and just rock these people. Like, man. So yeah, I'm excited for the future of Tekken and fighting games, and specifically because of things like this, where more people get to play, and we get to see them, and people get to see each other, and like that's really cool. It's important to me. Anyone else have any thoughts? Brian, how do you feel about Peruvian Tekken?
I'm a big fan of the idea of underrepresented regions showing up in more games. And I guess the question I would have is, like, how myopic is the FGC in general these days? Like, is it really just like a US to Japan show? Like, I know that, like, we've talked a little bit on the show about, like, the French Windjammers scene and how ridiculously dominant France is at Windjammers. But that's also the only example I can think of where there is a region for, like, a competitive game which is, like, extremely dominant outside of the US.
Sure. So it had been the US and Japan show for decades. In the early 2000s, the first breakouts from a different region were actually the Swedish in Smash Bros. Once Smash Bros. Melee became the ninth game at EVO, because Smash Melee competitors won the charity event. Like, that's how they decide. There's 8 games that are straight up decided, and one game that raises the most money for charity becomes the 9th game. There are definitely American players that we already knew of, like C9 Mango and Hungry Box. And there were definitely Japanese players as well. But there were upstarts from Sweden, like Leffen and Armada, that became mainstays of the tournament with unorthodox picks. Like, Armada, like, was the one that taught the world that Peach is a top tier character. And, like, no one really believed it at the time. Like, there were some people that, like, appreciated how floaty she was and knew that she could put out real damage, especially with the down smash. But, like, no one had seen anyone really take Peach to a top tier level. And Armada was the one to bring her there. In Street Fighter recently, Street Fighter V last year was won by a unknown British player named Problem X. And same thing last year with Tekken. Lil Majin is actually the first American to break into top 8 Tekken in like 5-7 years. So it's becoming more and more democratized because more and more different kinds of players are showing up. And parts of that is because local tourneys are becoming bigger. People are streaming their locals and people are seeing them more often, and that gets them more access to people who are interested in advertising during that airtime and choosing players to back, which allows them to travel and end up in places like EVO.
Well, it sounds like these locals getting bigger is a good thing. Like,
Everyone support your locals.
What is driving locals to get bigger? Is that, I know that we've talked about on the show before, like I have a pretty firm belief about the layers of privilege associated with like Smash Brothers Melee.
Yeah.
And like, are the games which are at local tournaments now just like generally more accessible games, like that more people can play?
That's definitely happening.
I think it's a lot of Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat is definitely a game that like people play like together. But honestly, I would say it's a democratization of streaming technology.
Okay,
there's just a lot more people that are able to stream, like whether it's in personality-focused shows or just streaming their actual locals. For a while, the only people that streamed anything was like people affiliated with Team Spooky, which had access to a lot of the major like fighting game tournaments, right. And they put together all those streams. And then later on, they found out that people wanted to do their own local streams, so that technology became a bit bigger. With like, I'm thinking of xCloud, but I'm not sure if that's the right name for the application. But later on, Twitch became a lot bigger, and to the point where it got integrated into consoles at the platform level. And then YouTube gained access to that same technology, and they were also like in the same place. So you could stream to YouTube, you could stream to Twitch, and now Mixer being involved is probably only going to push that a bit further. But more people streaming their locals allows people to see what other people are doing and show that they have tech that is like worth doing. And like Problem X, like essentially popped up because most people weren't watching British fighting game streams. They just weren't. They were watching Wednesday night fights, and they were watching whatever was going on in the Japanese tournaments, and that was it. And then like this guy with M. Bison, a character that not a lot of people used, and even then, games are becoming easier to play with things like BlazBlue Cross Tag and Street Fighter V compared to its predecessors that like have like a lower barrier of entry, and like games are just faster in general. And even things like Sonic Fox being recognized across like multiple games like Dragon Ball Fighter Z and Mortal Kombat are all contributing.
Rocky, did you see that Twitter video of it was like it was Goichi and Sonic Fox, but it was set to Chala, Headchala, and it was like a tribute to them and their rivalry.
I haven't seen that, but I need that right now, Sach. Like, I need you to at me. Like, oh god,
it's great.
People need to watch just like Goichi and like Sonic Fox play video games together. It's one of my favorite things that like I'm happy that I lived to see, and I'm still seeing it. They're still playing video games. They do it like twice a year or whatever, and it's always a great time. Also, I think Goichi might pick up Unis at some point, but who knows? I saw him at a couple, like, California attorneys, but we'll see what comes of that.
Tegan.
Yes?
I believe that you have our legally mandated... What?
Oh my god. Like, Brian! Like, dude! Okay, no, it's cool. It's fine. Go ahead, man. Like...
Our legally mandated minimum recommended daily allowance of Nintendo standing.
Yeah, I do.
Man, this is like, I'm not sure if
Thanks.
Brian's matter about this or about like pandas like existing.
Sorry. I'm sorry that Nintendo brings me joy. You absolutely...
Wait, Sach, did you not know that pandas are pieces of shit?
Oh my god, he was here for one of them, I think.
No,
Spiro was here.
Pandas are good.
You and Spiro, you talked about pandas on two separate episodes, one with Spiro, one without.
Yes.
And I thought the one without Spiro was one that Sach was here for.
No, there was one that was just you and me because Tegan was out of office, and then the next week Spiro was here, and like he's like right, he was with me. Like fuck them, send them into space. They suck.
No, they're good. They're good, and they're bears, and they're cute.
Pandas are goddamn trash.
They're
Tegan.
so great. I love
I think
them.
the one Tegan.
We already have trash pandas. They're called raccoons.
Dump them in the sea.
So the one that Tegan wasn't here for was the one Spiro was here for. If Sach wasn't there on the one before, then that means Spiro is 3 ahead of Sach, I think. not 2. But, Tegan, tell us about these nindies. We're getting off topic.
Tell you about these nindies. Let me tell you about these nindies. There are a bunch of them, and there are several that have personally given me their phone numbers and promised me a date later, so I'm very happy. Right? 28 titles, and I'm just gonna... there are some that piqued my interest in particular, and I know Rocky said he'd also seen the show.
Yes.
Right? Yes. Anyway, dab. So, the things that my interest has been piqued by in this one are, Risk of Rain, The Tourist, Munchkin Quacked Quest, Earth Knight, Sparklight, Roki, Best Friend Forever, and Spiritfarer. And I know we talked about Spiritfarer during E3 because that's the one with like the boat and the and the girl and the glowing little fox thing, and like, duh, it's gonna be good. But like, can we talk about how the fact that Best Friend Forever is a game where you take care of dogs and it comes out on fucking Valentine's Day?
God, yeah.
Please.
It is like, that is a hyper-targeted market there. Like, everyone that misses Nintendogs but also wants to play new dating sims, like, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It looks like the vibe, the visual vibe of it is very Dream Daddy, but like, good dogs. So many good dogs, and you get to pet them? What? Please.
I believe you're obligated to
Oh my
pet
god.
them.
I want my very own best friend forever, and you bet your butt I want him on Valentine's Day. What the heck?
Also, when you pet the dogs, you can pet them in
Attacked.
combos, and it keeps track. You can combo your pets.
I know. Oh, good dogs. I'm gonna cry.
I am kind of concerned because I
cry.
didn't see that you highlighted Creature in the Well.
Yeah, I'm not sure how on board I am with that one.
I do want to talk to you a little bit about it. Like, Creature in the Well,
Yeah, go for it.
I'm pretty sure you've seen. It's a hack and slash dungeon crawler that's kind of like Pinball.
Yeah.
But it definitely has like 2.5D like Zelda vibes to it.
Yeah, no, it does. I'm just not sure, like, how much I'm gonna enjoy it. Like, it gave me very much like the 2.5D Zelda, and it gave me a lot of like Moonlighter vibes too. I'm just not 100% sure on, I guess, the combat style itself.
Okay. Yeah.
But I just want to see more, I guess, is my problem.
No, I feel that. Well, at least it's coming out like soon, so there should be like more stuff coming out on it.
Quote unquote soon.
Yeah, like it. Actually, there is a date. I don't know if the date's the same for.
Yeah, it's September 6th.
September 6th. Okay.
September 6th. Yeah.
Where?
The tourist, like, physically assaulted me, though. Honestly, like, it's got that. It looks like a blocky Wind Waker, like as far as color palette and stuff.
Ooh.
And then it's got like the dungeon crawling, puzzle solving, and like island building. Yeah, I don't know. Oof. I don't know. It gave me, it's like Moonlighter vibes, but with Wind Waker packaging.
I mean,
I don't
that's
know
a winning
how to
combination.
Yeah,
like.
you're saying good. You're saying
I
all
know.
good
I've been
things right
beaten
now.
up. I've been beaten up, and then I was tackled by the dogs. Like, that's what happened.
Brian, how do you feel about
That's what happened.
Ori and the Blind Forest, like definitive, and One Finger Death Punch 2 coming to Switch?
One
Yeah.
finger death punch two.
Oh, that One Finger Death Punch 2 on Switch is low key the biggest news on this list.
That's what I was
Like-
thinking.
Whatever. Really?
It's such a good game.
It is a good game.
It's so fucking good, you nerds. Like,
Oh
Oh,
man.
like
go for it.
I'm not.
Drag
big
me,
this
Brian.
like,
Drag me.
One Finger Death Punch was like a game that came out of nowhere and just laid waste to
Yeah.
everyone. Just, it's so fucking good. You're like, how can this game be as simple as it is and feel as deep as it is and like be so satisfying to play. And it's like, it was one of those things where it's like, all right, can this reliably work again? And it's like, oh yes, it can reliably work again. And it was one of those things where it's like, you know, it's a meme at this point to say this would be perfect for Switch, but this would be perfect for Switch.
No, not this would be. This will be, because it is coming.
So I'm super stoked about that. Also, please inject Blasphemous directly into my veins.
Blasphemous does look pretty good.
Really?
Yeah. I'm super excited about that. Tourist also looks super, super compelling. It looks like they're spinning a lot of plates there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of systems going on in that game.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm into that.
When games tell me that I can have the ability to just like fuck off in an arcade in game.
Yep.
Like,
as part of,
right.
You can play. We heard you like games. We put this game in your game, so you could play a game while you're playing a game.
I miss that meme.
I do too. I'm
like,
old lady.
Have you ever wasted a full day playing Outrun inside a
Brian,
move?
I played fucking
but I
pachinko
did
for a
waste
week, man.
all of my Poke Dollars at the Rocket Arcade.
Yeah, I mean, I spent like 7 or 8 hours playing Mahjong, and I don't even know how to play it in Yakuza.
Bro, we're gonna talk about Mahjong. Like, I need a Mahjong friend, because, like, Brian gave up on me, and, like, everyone's afraid to play this fucking game, and I love it.
Rocky, you don't quit if you never start.
Oh, my God.
I bet if you sent me that like furry app, I could probably figure it out.
I will. I'll do it after the show.
Do it. We'll talk about it next week.
Gang.
Assuming I'm not dead.
I'm iffy on Skater. I can't remember if we talked about it on the show or before the show.
It was before the show.
The skating game, which I am more watching closely right now, is Skatebird.
Ooh, that game is so cool.
Yeah, Skatebird looks fucking sick. That would be perfect for Switch. You know,
It's coming. They're already working it out, Brian.
Right. Like I'm glad there appears to be some kind of like skating video game renaissance right now. Unless there's word that like Skatebird is coming to consoles like soon, like I'll probably end up buying Skater. And I like the look of Fogs. I'm just not sure, like, what I can't tell if Fogs is going to be one of those games where the whole point of the game is intentionally frustrating controls. So,
yeah, I don't know. It could be good if it's like an Octodad type thing, because that was, I guess, like the best version of that, right? Intentionally frustrating controls. Mm-hmm. That's what I would say.
But that's because it had like a whole silly premise to go with it.
Yeah, and yeah, just the comedy of it. And man, Octodad is so fun when you do that like co-op mode where you have like 4 people and then it switches every time you do an objective. It switches the limbs. That was so good.
I love the fact that like Octodad is essentially
a comedy of errors.
I was going to say it's essentially
Octodad, man.
Octodad is Hitman.
What?
Yes, he is. He is.
Yep.
What Brian loves about Octodad is what he loves about Hitman. Mm-hmm. That's just like goofy shenanigans and like how far can I push this bullshit until someone calls me out on it.
Right. Like the fact that like so many of the things which are gameplay mechanics in Hitman also exist within Octodad, so you're fucking with the game in the exact same way. So like there are people who are enforcers, you know, like people who can see through your disguise. And if you do enough bullshit in front of enforcers, they're like, I'm now wise to you. You are an octopus dressed as a man.
How did you marry a woman and she was not wise to you?
Right.
I don't understand.
Whose kids are they?
Whose children? How did you obtain children? You're an octopus. She's a human. Obviously, she's cheating on you, but you don't care because you've managed to trick a woman into being your wife, and she doesn't realize you're an octopus. What the fuck? I have problems
Everyone's
with this lore.
But I love it.
An alliance of convenience, and you're just choosing to accept each other's lies.
It's like, yeah, she's cheating on me, but I'm an octopus. Like, that's whatever. That's the
I am the enforcer. I'm looking going, what the fuck is an octopus doing around in a suit? And, there's that first little bit of fucking around where I'm like, maybe that's just a really good Octoling cosplay. And that's like, nope, that's an actual goddamn octopus. Okay, time to end this.
Yeah, I love the combination of, the objectives, which are of escalating complexity, the fact that, levels where you'll have people who are enforcers, but if you do things which are big enough bullshit, it doesn't matter who sees it, because then it's like, this person's not an enforcer, but you straight up fucking octopus, and now they know.
But you straight up fucking octopused.
Yes.
And now they know.
I love the sushi chef in the game. He's one of my favorite parts.
Oh, God.
The sushi chef who wants to, prepare you and serve you.
No, I remember.
Oh, yeah. And he's, chasing you, and he keeps on recurring through levels.
And it's just fuck, man, I just want to live with my fake family. Leave me alone.
Yeah, it's so
there's
good.
a whole level that takes place in a fucking aquarium. It's so funny.
Oh, my God. So good. Your shitty kid wants you to get a toy from a claw machine, and you're like, look, man, I'm a fucking octopus. Yeah, and then just to seal the deal with its deep Hitman vibes, you do most of this shit while running around with a bold red tie on. Yeah, fucking Octodad is Hitman. I would live for that crossover if IO Interactive was we're proud to announce 47 meets Octodad. I would become deceased, and I would then have to host this show as a ghost.
No, what if there's just a mission where you're just straight up Octodad, but you're trying to pretend to be Agent 47?
I could get behind that.
I could, yeah.
I'm you know how there's the Legend of Zelda Crypt of the Necrodancer game? I'm ready for Octodad Hitman, where it's Octodad : Hitman : I need to go to the restroom. That is an inside Hitman joke. It's a gag.
Okay. Is it because they get murdered in the restroom?
Well, in Hitman, in the original game entitled Hitman 2, not the Hitman 2, which came out last year.
Right, the Hitman 2 that wasn't the better Hitman 2?
Yeah, so in the old Hitman 2, there's an especially bad piece of voice acting where 47 just says to someone, as part of a ploy to get into a place, as a ploy to be allowed into a building, he's just I need to use the restroom.
Oh, Jesus.
It was especially bad.
The restroom.
And IO Interactive realized that it became kind of a meme amongst Hitman fans. And so if you walk up to the talking toilets in the Japan level from Hitman in 2016, one of the toilets in the level, if you just walk up to it, and if you press the sabotage toilet button, also I'm glad that there was a sabotage toilet button. Mm-hmm. If you press the sabotage toilet button to one of the toilets in the level, 47 will just look at the toilet and go, I need to use the restroom. Yeah. So I'm totally ready for Octodad to use the restroom. Man, video games, everybody. Turns out they're good.
Well, you say that, but we also need to talk about what came out on Steam today.
Oh, fucking goddamn it.
It turns out professionally made video games are generally on the good end of the spectrum, and what came out on Steam today is something else entirely. And as long as it's someone's genuine first attempts at a video game, we try not to punish it, but if it's somebody who's just doing asset flipping and being lazy and shitty, then we're gonna give them hell.
Gang.
Alright, so let's see here. Our, looks like we got 11 today.
Alright.
First up is
what do we got?
Robo Inc. Project for $5.39. It appears to be an early access. Experience the world of illegal experiments with consciousness, teleportation, and semi-synthetic intelligence. Try to survive and not lose yourself amongst the high-tech ruins where virtual creatures gain the right to free will. Man, that's a mouthful.
Gotta talk to the guy about some commas.
Looks like, seeing in the about this game section, it's a lot wordier than most about this games that we see. Appears to be some what looks like custom art. This game looks like it's got some pretty rapid, positive reviews hitting.
Well, that's good.
So good for them. Yeah, that looks like they've already got like 24 reviews. And on Steam now, when you get a product key for free, that shows up in your review. It's like, didn't pay for the game. And so it doesn't have any of those on these reviews. So getting 24 positive reviews that quickly seems like a good sign. So good on your Robo Inc. project. Next up is 10 Days for a whopping 59 cents. 10 Days is a small game about a young man's life in the city. He needs to save himself in 10 days by make a game or find a job or whatever could save him. You will make any choice, go through lots of stories to make it happen. It is easy to play. Most time you just move and click your mouse.
So is it a hog? Or like an adventure game?
It looks like I'm clicking through these screenshots and I see some stuff that looks like puzzle stuff, some stuff that looks like visual novel stuff. Nothing that really looks like a hog. Also, this game does not support English language.
Sure.
So,
I mean, China is trying to get their own Steam, so like, it's a whole other thing.
Yeah. Next up is the Moving Maze, which is free.
Okay.
A traditional maze awaits you, and you'll enjoy the old days. Yep.
Wait, was that the whole thing?
Yep. There you go.
About this game, former players are adventurer. No small map, not a fast-moving, even no guidance, but they are still relying on their own wisdom and patience to pass the test. And now players don't want them to go to the road impetus. Fortunately, we have a chance to take back the pure space S, comma again. Rely on our own efforts out of a labyrinth of elaborate design, collect upgrade points, avoid the night monster, comma, in under the road map on the paper, finding the change rule of the maze, escape from despair. Finally, period. You ask me why the old days look better than the present. Humans just like to miss, slash, and burn on their smartphones, right? Game features. 1. A large, well-designed maze.
So there's like one maze.
Yep.
That's the game. Okay.
What is this game? music review.
Sach, can I collect scattered treasure chest in this game?
It appears that you can. It appears that night guards also go out and try to stop players. 6, unexpected ending. all lowercase.
All right.
I mean, it's a free single maze game. I'm interested in unexpected ending, whatever that is.
Next up is Red Room.
Okay.
Clocking in at $1.79. I am a YouTuber and developer who specializes in exploring the deep web. The Red
Sure you are, bud.
Fucking
Sure
Christ.
thing.
Oh no. Oh god. The Red Room was fictional, but I made up my imagination.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying, Lord. Deep Web's Red Room is now. Wouldn't you experience it?
No thanks.
I'm not going to read this whole about this game. It looks like this about this game reads like a poem.
Wait,
No,
so
now you have to read it, but
wait.
dramatically.
This mature content description just fucking.
All right, let me look at this. Oh, Jesus. It's an entirely different poem. All right, we have 2 different poems. Sach, which poem would you like to read?
I will read.
Jesus.
I will read the mature content description.
Okay. Our first poem, entitled About This Game.
Sure.
I am a YouTuber and developer who specializes in exploring the deep web. The Red Room was fictional, but I made up my imagination. Deep Web's Red Room is now. Wouldn't you experience it? This is a horror game. Make sure you are scared and surprised. You look at the deep web at home and find a site called Red Room. The screen turns strange, and you've been kidnapped somewhere. You were drawn to Red Room. The starting and ending rooms are the same room. The game is very simple. You get a hint every time you pass through the room. 8 hints in total. Find an 8-digit hint and enter the phone number on your phone to escape. If you press the wrong number, you can find it again from the first hint. This can be repeated infinitely. But if you can't find the number and enter the room one more time, your future is opaque. And then all that's left to you is an escape or a future where your death is broadcast all over the world. Welcome to the Red Room.
Movement uses keyboard and the mouse.
Okay.
All right. Here's our mature content description. The mannequin is naked.
God.
Includes scary scenes. Blood comes out. There is a scene that means death.
Wait, was that the whole poem?
Yep.
Oh,
Blood
God.
comes out.
All right. Okay.
Mannequin is naked, y'all.
I'm not going to play the Red Room, guys. Not sold.
Game remains unsold. Alright. Next up is Logistical 2, Indonesia.
Sure.
This appears to be DLC. Yeah, okay, so this isn't a full game. This is a DLC for a game called Logistical 2. Logistical 2 Indonesia is a large open-world strategy puzzle game where you transport different cargo to complete all the towns throughout the country. So this is a game about shipping fucking freight? This is a freight shipping game?
It was called Logistical too.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like, I know that those, like, train games, like, absolutely clean up. Falling, and then the second word is Huajju.
Yeah, I got falling. What?
And if you guys couldn't guess, English language is not supported.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is Chinese. Story background. The internet addiction boy, Cao Dua, moved to the empty house left by the late grandfather to live alone in the tower. When he moved to the house, he found there were 4 she's in the house. But what does this have to do with him? Is there anything more important than a snoring tower?
What? Okay.
Yep.
Is there anything more important than the snoring tower?
Not at all. So, I think this is a game where you bang it out with some ghosts? I don't know.
Some people are into that.
Yeah.
The internet addiction boy. I love that.
Internet addiction boy is good boy. Then there's Rainforest Solitaire.
Oh yes, this is a cute looking game.
Whew. Yeah. This isn't a mobile port at all. Enjoy the addictive, beautiful matching solitaire in the tropical forest, and show your card skills. This is a mobile port mobile port. From things like the big chunky coin button, like is there a picture? Like I'm looking for the dead giveaway, which is a picture of a screen that shows a level having been completed, which would show like a 1 to 3 star measurement for how good you did. But like everything, like there's a certain quality to like art assets which are intended to be used as like buttons for mobile games. Like there's a thing, whether it's Angry Birds or Clash of Clans, like when you just like look at the art assets that are used for like the icons over the years, like you're like, yeah, there's a thing about deliberate design that targets the mobile space. And I look at this like Rainforest Solitaire and I'm like, yeah, that's it. In fact, I now have to sate my curiosity. Let's see here. Rainforest Solitaire. Yeah, Rainforest Solitaire for iPad, iPhone, and Android. Motherfucker. All right.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, they've got another game called Indian Legends Solitaire, and it's like a looking like an Aladdin boy, and the logo's got like a little Agrabah Sultan thing behind it. So that's nice.
I actually don't think that's nice, Sach. But you're making it funny. Next up is Sky Hurricanes.
Okay.
Wait a minute. This is an actual place in New Delhi. That's the Red Fort. So maybe this game is developed by Indians.
Sky Hurricanes looks like a shmup. It also looks like it sucks.
Yeah, it looks like a kind of like a first try at game dev type thing.
But I am going to go ahead and sound like a jerk and say, but not in that charming way.
No, definitely not in the charming way.
Yeah. What the fuck is Mummy Contact? Mummy Contact is a side-view, indirect control platformer that has to guide Mummy through safe paths while avoiding traps.
Yo, do you remember that game? Oh my god, it was on Addicting Games or Miniclip, and it was a Flash game, and it was like a giant puzzle that was like a huge Rube Goldberg machine, and you just like could click on certain spots on the like it was just like a map, like a not a map, it was like a scene, like a Flash scene with like stick figures and like rocks.
That sounds incredibly familiar, and I can't think of the title.
I can't remember what it's called. There was 2 of them, I think. Oh
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, you would have to guide some little nerd. God damn it. What?
It's okay, boys.
Hapland.
Thank you. Jesus.
Damn, stickpage.com still exists.
So, looks like this mummy contact is one of those like kind of like all of like Lemmings or any number of other games where you're guiding a shithead and you can't control him directly. You have to manipulate things in his path to make him not die. Which is honestly something that we've never seen before here on this segment, so we're going to let you off with a warning today. Just get that tail light fixed. I guess that's what came out on Steam today. Rocky, you want to take us home?
Sure. We don't have any mail this week, so there's nothing for the cats to do. That's on you guys. Cats are going to look lonely and waiting for the mail, and it's going to be your guys' fault. But the good news is that you'll have a chance to get them something next week, because we do this show every week. It's called Impossible Coin. You can find it on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. And you can leave us a review there if you want to tell us how we're doing, or even if you want to talk to the cats. But I'm going to let Sach talk a little bit about the music that he does for us.
Yeah, hey, as you guys have been hearing my voice, I'm Big Sach. I do the music for this fine program. You can find my music at soundcloud.com/BigSachNJ, and as always, I would love a follow on Twitter, and that's at @Hillary_Swank.
In addition to Sach, we also had a t-shirt and logo designed by Lauren Moran. You can follow her on Twitter at Lauren Moran, and consider donating to her Patreon, because she deserves it. We are also on social media. That's usually where we take our mail. Brian's usually on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. Tegan's on Tumblr. It's all Impossible Coin.
If you're on Facebook and you reported a comment I made on Facebook on the Impossible Coin page, I'm directly coming for you. I'm going to be in your closet. I'm hiding there. I'm going to pop out when you least expect it. And then the worst part is I put in a whole tiger in another one of your closets.
Okay, so
You mean Brian Pupset?
Brian is definitely upset, but also I think they were coming to Impossible Coin's defense, because some people may not know that Brian, Tegan, and I used to be on a different podcast called Super Family Complet, which was kind of a video game book club. I'm not sure if it's still anywhere, but we still have access to that page. And Brian did jump on one of our own posts saying, ha 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 ha, your podcast sucks, under the name Super Family Complet. So they may not have known what's been going on. But, you know, and otherwise, try to get in touch with Brian, possibly apologize, or, you know, forever hold your peace. It's your business.
Well, Sach, thanks for coming by today, man.
Yeah, I wanted to thank you guys for having me on the show again. I always appreciate letting you guys letting me rant into your ears about random, boring stuff.
It's good to have you always say.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy seeing your much more thoroughly fleshed out section of the doc.
I appreciate the. I think that we reached a new level of Sach sub bullet points today.
Oh my god!
You think?
Under Fire Emblem, like where we got like the three. Because normally we're all at this point recognize that like Sach is going to bring sub points. It'll be like Fire Emblem A, B, C, but like we got like Fire Emblem. Beyond point C, there are sub points to C. Like kind of boring in the end, to be honest. It feels like Black Eagles have the real shit. Like, so I'm glad that point like 1C2 feel like the Black Eagles have the real shit. So excellent. I expect an entirely extra new tier of bullet pointing the next time you're on the show. So live into it. Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. Peace.
Bye.
Peace out.